got it in there.
Come on.
Why,
You need more
hello,
energy than that.
everybody.
Hello.
I'm alive. I'm back. Can't get
James
rid of me
is
that easy.
alive.
Welcome to Legends of Logomancy, our TTRPG showcase for Monday nights, and to our new series, Dark City, where through the power of hairspray and leather pants,
Neon, dark neon.
we're gonna make all of our Castlevania dreams come true.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. How's everybody doing tonight?
Solid,
Just
liquidated, lubricated.
I like it. That mead?
Yeah, Fallen Timber. They got a nice rummy punch going on. I can't remember the name of it, but it's piratey. Very piratey.
I like
It's
it.
dry.
Geek, how's it going?
I have a massive head cold, but I'm here.
All right, we'll take that into consideration for.
Oh, I'm so happy I'm not playing a character like Ski, because
Cold medicine be praised. That's
No. We'll make sure there's lots of quick timer puzzles for you to figure out and like.
oh
yeah,
no.
deep
How do
dramatic
you feel
like
about
moral
singing
choices.
Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah.
Oh,
all
yes.
that stuff. That-
Just on the ground. rocking back and
Sing
forth.
for me.
That'll be the only thing that we do tonight.
Yes.
Neon?
I like it.
That's fair. Good so far.
You are on mute.
What?
I can hear.
I
it.
know.
can hear.
Oh.
Is it you?
It is.
Don't-
It's you.
It might be me. Hold on.
Yet again, it's technical difficulties brought on
I mean,
by
I hope,
dark god
I
worship.
hope
I'm
it's not
sure.
me.
It's all Neon's fault. Go ahead, Neon.
What?
There it is.
It's never my fault.
It is.
Excuse you.
Bitches.
Neon
Neon's
is
the
always right.
precious the baby. We do
Mhm.
not tease the neon.
You don't tease the neon because it gets you dead.
That's true.
Some
Or
weird balance between party
emotional
mascot
damage.
and like, yeah.
Oh,
Your
no,
stuff didn't work. I had to rebuild you in OBS, and it wasn't
Yeah.
monitoring to the audience. So nobody heard anything that
That's
you
fair.
said for the past.
Nothing
Oh,
under their
okay.
4
control. Everything that's absolutely James's fault and something he could have
Yeah.
gotten to had he looked at this sooner than an hour ago.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about
And
it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Neon was just telling everybody what the meaning of life was. You don't
Right.
Yeah.
miss anything.
You missed it. I said it and I can't say it again because
It's
I'm under
unrepeatable.
legal contract not to.
Oh, that's fair.
I only get
get
one
that.
in my entire life, and everyone who is listening missed it.
I understand.
But no, everything's going well. Everything's good. I got new jewelry
Mhm.
this weekend
Ooh.
in the form of a wonderful eyebrow piercing.
Oh, they gave you the fun little
Ooh.
shave zip. Nice.
Go.
Nice. No, the shave's always there. I always have
Ah.
that.
Very good.
But yeah, all nice and freshly pierced and having a good time.
Beautiful.
Realizing that certain jewelries and modifications and aesthetic options are more within my reach than I thought they were. So that's gonna be fun.
Love that.
Just gonna come in on Wednesday, just a bunch of piercings. I went too far.
Mistakes have been made.
That's fair.
Jackie, how's things?
Things are good. Cleaned up my office. You could maybe tighten my camera a little more.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't tell that you cleaned your office.
I see organized shelves, sir, and I see neurodivergency at play. So
I
It
also
was
see organized
mostly like
shelves.
my closet. That was a
That's fine.
mess. So
I like it.
I see one trash bag.
yes,
I
my lovely
have,
trash bag.
slowly been like controlled chaosing my way of putting stuff outside of my office. We're gonna try and do a bit of do a set out there, and I'm measuring cables and making sure I can get 25 feet from my PC to actually run stuff.
Yeah.
Because after 25 feet, HDMI doesn't want to work anymore.
Mhm.
And if you use boosted cables, it doesn't like to play with the DSLRs terribly well. So one of those things.
And then I'm going to my dad's later this week, so making lists to make sure I pack everything,
I like it.
so I don't interrupt the streams when I'm over there. I need all
That'll be a
that
good time.
good stuff.
And before we get into it, so Wednesday there's no Frontier Adventuring Company stream. We're just I'm gonna put my kids to bed, and then a bunch of us are gonna sign in and play some Stardew Valley.
Yay!
oh, a comfy stream. Yay.
Yeah.
I gotta
And-
download it. I only have it on my Switch.
It's so much better on the PC because you can cheat.
All right.
It's
James
Actually-
gaming, everybody. This is James's mentality for gaming.
For context, the first time that you play through Stardew Valley, you should absolutely spend an inane amount of time fishing for a random fish to fill up the community center. And after you've done it once and you've paid your dues, you chicken cheat the shit out of those fish and fill your community center. Do it once, do it right.
I will
Save your
say
time.
I did it once for the Switch, and it took me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
Yeah, we don't
I've
do
Here's
that.
the
never
twist: so
played.
that all of you will play Stardew and be cozy and comfy, and I'll be in the back playing like Dark Souls, but still on the same stream.
Yeah, we got Stardew Valley, Dark Souls.
Timberborn for me. I need my
Fuck!
fluid dynamics plus
No!
my like Minecraft level of machinery.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started on Minecraft Redstone. I've been diving deep, and oh my god, I am getting
Timberborn hits that
places.
sweet spot where I'm limited in what I can do, but still do crazy things. I've fully automated a settlement at this point. I've only had 2 mass die-offs due to forgetting to feed beavers. So,
Oops.
Neon,
Whoops.
you've almost gotten my wife convinced to come and play Valheim with you.
Do it.
She's
We-
playing Valheim on her own, and we found out David lied, and you can play on the like casual mode where things don't attack
Ah.
you. She almost didn't buy the
Phenomenal.
game because she didn't want to have to deal with monsters.
well, come on, man.
That's fair. I mean, we just about killed the Elder last stream. We should be getting.
I have
him
no
dead
idea what
this
that
upcoming
means.
stream. For those of you who know, for
When
those
you're
of
in
you who
there.
are cool, who've been following Viking Thursday every Thursday,
I try. So I'll chat with you guys for a little bit, but I have no idea what you're doing on the screen. I have no
that's
context
fair.
whatsoever.
It doesn't cost anything to show up and be a friend.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
I saw that it is ridiculously easy to build a house and get all the angles right. I'm just shitting on my wife at this point. We should play some TTRPG stuff. She's like, "How do I make the roof go
I
this
mean-
way?" And I'm like,
You
have
rotate
built
the piece.
lean-to
I
It's
I
like
made a great
Tetris.
house. I made a great looking house. So I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
what's up.
I
haven't
bet
seen
she's
your
dealing
house
with dual analog inputs, man. Whenever you're trying to build something in 3D space with dual analogs, good friggin' luck.
yet. Using a mouse. She's like, "What's mouse 3 mean?"
Oh, well, that's kind of unforgivable, and I'm never going to let her forget that.
Oh, baby.
It'll be a good time. It's worth talking to her in the Discord about. That said,
Absolutely.
we're gonna jump right into it. Bear with me half a sec, and yeah, there we go. That'll do.
Oh well, now we can't hear you.
Yeah, you sound funny.
How's that? Is that a little
Yes.
better?
Much
Yes,
better. Yeah.
Much better.
Beautiful. Alrighty. It was one of those weird browser input things again.
Oh, the classic.
We find ourselves in the city of Los Menos, the dark underbelly of the sprawling seaside metropolis of this fickle den of scum and villainy, we'll call it. Smokestacks blacken the skies, and the black water of the bay is little better than a fetid swamp at this point. Chain link fences surround each area of the city, and checkpoints run by private security firms are quite common. Police are a token fixture at best. Local government is vacant, and violence runs rampant. Nobody goes out on the streets alone after dark. Nobody that's still left alive, anyway. Outside the towering concrete city walls exists a desolate landscape of cracked highways and tumbleweeds, with broken down vehicles dotting the landscape. Occasional semi-trucks and well-to-do caravans sometimes make the trek, but it's otherwise undisturbed. Down at the docks, various O-Corp controlled freighters offload goods to keep the people complacent. Towering above you are the megastructures belonging to the corporate elite. O-Corp, the real masters of this place, are vampires. And maybe some mix of other supernatural baddie. In this city, the other humans are just as dangerous as the monsters above. Greed and the promise of power push many to work rooting out the underground, selling information, selling out families, and maintaining the chokehold on the landscape. These folks are known as Renfields. There's been a string of disappearances of folk belonging to your rebel cause as of late, and murmurs of some kind of new project that'll drastically change the game forever in the city are rampant. Your resources are running low, and you're drastically outnumbered at this point. It's now or never. All-out rebellion against them has failed, and your cohort doesn't really have the resources or the passion for an all-out attack. So it falls to you to upset the system from the shadows with your headbands and your leather pants and the power of denim vests and saxophones. Never forget the saxophones. We find ourselves in the glitziest, most glamorous strip club ever. Place called Nectar. Now, bear with me here as I move around a scene in OBS quick. There we go. There we are. Perfect. There we go. You find yourselves in a place called Nectar. Arranged specifically where your tokens are. As I asked you all the night before, when you're at the high-end strip club, where are you sitting? We have Lakita over in the corner, peddling drugs. We have Crow sitting not quite high up because this is a single-floored establishment, but at the back, getting a good line of sight on everybody, with someone pretty at their side. We have Hexor sitting at the bar, taking in everything, as a jilty-looking, bedraggled woman plies you with some kind of clear amber liquid. Just off to your left, we see Arian, that pale blue kind of reflective skin, talking up a incredibly handsome man in a flowing ducal coat. The sounds of the nightclub take you in, and you, for the sake of the players, as you look around on the map, everyone that you see in a blue circle, to the best of your ability, because I've checked all of your stats ahead of time, they seem to be human. Everybody that's not in a blue circle is decidedly not. All right. Let's change it up a little bit here. The sound of the place beats in your ears. Exotic dancers waltz past on large stages with walkways that run to the back. Oh, I think I just lost Neon for a second there. Oh, perfect. There you go.
I'm good.
No
My
worries.
camera unfocused, so I needed to reboot it.
That is all good.
I also dropped one of my fangs off the start, and I don't know where it went.
I'm down. I like it.
Only one? It's
Only
not a
one.
set?
Well, it's a set, but I dropped one.
Oh no. Individual
Oh, no.
falsies. Oh no.
So you're a half vampire is what you're saying.
Oh, I am a Dampier.
No, don't mind her. She's just looking for a contact lens, folks. Don't mind her. It's all good.
Bingo.
My glasses! I can't see without my glasses!
We have designated the Velma of the group already.
Love it.
It was such a terrible, like, every single time. It was long played out. You sit here taking in the room. Hexor. The two women staring across from you at the bar that are serving you. Not human. They appear to be something more.
They're on the short list.
Yes. The individual to the south of you in the long flowing coat, namely this suave-looking debonair individual, has your hackles up, more so than almost anybody else in this place. From your intelligence, you recognize that person as Ambrosia, the owner of Nectar. Carefully chatting up Ambrosia is Arian. Crow, you continue looking for a contact lens. So your face is nestled in bountiful cleavage, and it's hard to find your senses at this point. Feel free to find a fang. Lakita.
Yeah, thanks.
What's up?
Love it.
You, the individual beside you, is entirely too intoxicated for their own good, and I get the feeling that the small baggie of, I'm gonna say, some kind of powdered substance and/or pill is probably not gonna help. As is usual in Lakita's trade, nothing for free, and this thing gets slid across the table at this individual. Red hair, a dress that probably should have been washed a couple of days ago but wasn't. What are you looking for?
Lakita deals with information, so just like you said, nothing is free. And it's just like feel around, and be like, so do you have information for me, or
something? As you're saying this, collectively we flash back a little bit to what brought you all here to this high-class strip club in the first place. That is fucking full of vampires. And not just the baby ones, the ones that can stop a Mack truck with their hands. The resistance leader, we roll back to your underground lair. Resistance leader and former police chief / lounge saxophonist Captain Capello had hauled you all in, thinking that they might have a lead on Project Delta. Many urchins died to bring us this information. Word is one of the underbosses, named Starla, has been siphoning clientele and dancers out of a handful of clubs in the city. Tonight, we expect that she's going to be touring Nectar. And this might be our chance to find out where those poor souls are being led to. This is to be strictly casual. We don't know how many Renfields are in that place. Here's the plan. And he kind of like pushes some stuff off the desk and shows you a really shoddy 8-bit looking map of this. Like 1980s Holotech. Here's the plan. You're all going to show up individually. None of you know each other. Pretty boy, pointing over to Arian. You're going to act like you're trying to make up with your boy toy there. See if there's anything you can glean. Use those connections. Work a poll. I don't know. Do what you need to do. The rest of you, see if you can suss out any info from the clientele. Don't engage Starla herself. Word is she eats a litter of puppies every night. Any questions?
What breed of puppies?
oh dear.
He claps you on the shoulder and he's like, doesn't matter.
You're right. They're all cute.
Captain Capello, for the viewing audience, has long, curly, blonde hair down to the small of his back, a chain belt, and a leather vest with no shirt on underneath.
Kenny G.
No, he's Tim Capello. The saxophone player from the Lost Boys. Yeah. Look, I did some deep dives in planning all the lore for this shit. And
You took a bunch of cold medicine, watched a bunch of 80s movies.
yeah, of course I did. Don't worry about it. As he stands there, glistening, leaning over his desk at you.
Glistening.
Glistening. Any questions? Crow. Project Delta stands out in your mind.
Mhm.
You know what Project Delta is because you're here.
Yeah.
In fact, as we kind of circle back, whether it's in Captain Capello's office or within the nightclub themselves, let's go around. Hexor, sitting on that kind of squeaky bar stool that hardly supports your weight. What does everybody see? Are you fully like? I imagined when you described your character, you had like those that Lost in Space like transitional armor that goes up and goes down.
What the bar witnesses is simply put, vengeance, sheathed or unsheathed. There is only the two states. I am, for the moment, not ready to throw down, but I will be.
Soon. Vengeance waits. And in a physical description?
Hexor is clad with only the finest of shiny metallic armors and the darkest of rich UV neon. Everything around him glows in an umbral light because the darkness within everything shines under black light.
That black light is highlighting several things on the carpet behind you.
Everything around me is just disgusting.
On the bar,
Everything at this bar is so gross. It's just nasty.
you're fairly certain. You thought it was white paint walking in, and you just keep telling yourself that.
No, that's probably part of the design. I'm going to ignore that. It's good.
It's the stick up your asses that everything is filthy.
Mm. It's the only thing holding me upright on this terribly shoddy bar stool. But
It doesn't
Hexor is
It doesn't
Hexor is
have a stool
always
anymore.
it's just a post holding me up.
It's for leaning.
But Hexor has
Engaging sit mode.
he does have an aura of here to fuck around and find out. Most people are probably confused as to why he has a small dainty glass of barely touched alcohol, for he is almost entirely, even unarmored, mechanical below his armor. He's got facsimiles of facial features. He has delicate strands where could be hair of thick braided black cord cabling down underneath a massive piece of chested armor with detailed leather interior. But he sticks out like a goddamn sore thumb.
Rich
Unless
Corinthian
you're-
leather.
Unless you're really into that, and he's had to shoo away at least one person who kind of is, but he's here on business and he's not down for that tonight. Vengeance does not need that.
Hexor is the kind of individual that goes to the strip club for the bacon and eggs and shrimp buffet.
Actually, it's for the accoutrement, but the UV I've had to debate switching off just so I don't have to look at the stains. Horrible
it.
stains.
All right. Just immediately to your south, Arion.
Hmm?
As you're chatting up your former friend, the owner of this place, and 100% a fucking vampire, Ambrosia. What does everybody see visibly, and your posture, your demeanor?
Yeah. So Arion, he sits kind of proudly at the stool, an ethereal quality to the presence. Skin like a light shade of like sky blue. Kind of
You're
remember.
just very pale. You never get out in the sun.
Yeah, nope. I always look like that, no matter what it is. The hair is white and wafted with kind of streaks of blue in it for some flavor, flowing like whisper clouds around their head. They have silver eyes that are sharp and perspective, and their youthful look seems to hide their actual age as he has this warm smile on his face. He's dressed in sleek black leather, kind of a stark contrast to his complexion. He looks agile and ready for adventure. His armor kind of has patterns of wind on it. And then he also kind of excludes an air of calmness and confidence.
He's a smarmy bastard, as I recall. You are intimately familiar with this place. For your knowledge, more so than the parties, behind the bar, and you've been back there several times, is a security area. There's a locker room for talent to unwind and to do whatever they need to do. There's feeding areas. The personal and private dance places are all behind the purple stage back here, past the bathrooms. You've, casing this place out, probably relied heavily on your personal experience and knowledge of what goes on here.
Oh, probably. He's been here many, many times.
He's certainly an asset, and he's no longer on the twink status. He's on the hidden twink status.
Jeez.
I
Crow.
love that.
Hexor's just
Yeah.
deeply categorizing everything. It's fine.
Absolutely.
In
Big
one
folders.
Of the more, in one of the more secluded kind of booths near the back of the room sits a figure, as well as one of the hostesses of the establishment, who's keeping a glass full and keeping company. I sit with my knee-high leather combat boots resting crossed on the table. The black pants overlapped with tactical straps and gears and belts, all leading up to a collar that is covered in layers of different scarves. And where normally one would expect to see this shining face of a bar patron, there is instead a very kind of ancient Egyptian style bird helmet, kind of similar to Striga from the Castlevania Netflix series.
Yeah.
It kind of has that corvid shape to it, in all the glory of that kind of cyberpunky aesthetic. The panels and the stitching on either side, there's probably a few little like feathers that stick up and tune and shift to calibrate for noise and other sensory inputs. And
You
she
find
sits
with your eyes specifically tuned the way they are, the dim lighting that kind of emanates around from each of the candles on the table, it makes it a little harder to see than if they were completely off. It messes with you a little bit, and almost all of the lighting around the stage is that like shitty kind of like phosphorescent 1980s flicker bulbs, the kind of stuff that LEDs do really well today that they didn't do very well way back when. And it's causing your eyes to kind of like slide away from things a little bit. You are exceptionally tuned to seeing in the dark, and little bursts of shitty light, no bueno.
Yeah. And it's one of those things too where like you can watch on kind of the faceplate, this solid black glass of the faceplate of this mask. It shifts and changes and tries to adjust for the light, but just can't seem to get a grip.
Mhm.
as it slowly fades from more translucent to more
Opaque.
transparent to translucent.
Hmm.
Kind of like a self-polarizing lens that's trying to adjust but can't seem to find the right spot.
Crow's got progressives.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said
Um,
specifically sitting with a hostess.
Yes,
I have changed out the token. You got a fucking vampire beside you.
that's rad.
All right.
Yep. She holds a drink, like leaning back in the booth, like arms up on the side. She holds a drink, but it has not been touched. The helmet doesn't come off. It's more just to look the part than to actually partake.
I like it. Lakita. You coming out of this memory and sliding that baggie of drugs across the table. Which there's a handful of individuals around. Person sitting at the table, totally not a vampire. Best you can ascertain. They're not tweaking out. They're not morbidly like ephemerally pretty or strong. They're just looking to party. What do you ask for? What information are you looking for? You have an inn here.
Okay, did you want me to describe my character or
That
just?
too.
Okay, all right. I was like, do we skip it? Did I already talk about it? I'm tired, and
all
I'm on
good.
so much cold medicine.
Lakita doesn't do drugs, chat. Lakita
No.
deals drugs.
Lakita's
Lakita-
straight edge, folks.
Lakita doesn't do drugs. Lakita is he gives out. He's been here before. He gives out medicine a lot of times for info and medicine or drugs. But they're
Honey.
monitored so that they're not getting in trouble. Anyways, Lakita is wears a complete bottom half gas mask that covers his bottom jaw and lower with a hood up, and yeah, exactly like what Neon has. I have the same one, but I have it in blue, so just think of Neon with black. So
No, I do need to question something here for both Crow and Lakita, and
Yes.
I guess Hexor. You were told to be inconspicuous as fuck. Did you show up in a gas mask to a strip club?
Lakita always wears it. Like Lakita never takes it off. So even if you go to his clinic, he always wears it. That's what he's known for.
Okay.
So
Alright.
because he never takes it off, it's one of his things. He has piercing yellow eyes. His hood is usually up, but he has it down right now, so you can see his white hair, which is a little like, it's longer, but it's like brushed back, keeping out of his head face, like with a ponytail. But usually he wears his hood up, so you can just see the mask. He's wearing mostly just all black. He's wearing a huge black trench coat, which holds all his like thingies, his drugs.
Look, you explicit or you absolutely totally don't look like a drug dealer.
No, totally don't. And has a notebook which he keeps all his information because he does deal in information as well. He gathers all the information he can, depending on what it was. Doesn't matter. Could be just like, I saw this person with this person. So just it deals with the information too. So so wearing the gas mask and sliding the drugs down, he's like leaning back. There's no alcohol, no nothing. He's just leaning back and just looks at the woman and goes, "Now I want info, and you said I had it. You had info for me."
And she like reaches for the bag across the table.
Lakita puts a hand over it before she can touch it.
She scratches her hand a little bit and says, yeah, like, well, it's this is Vamp Club. This is a place you can get V. Like, it's good. You know, they only take the really pretty ones. Men or women, doesn't matter to work on stage. But I've, you know, people get thrown out all the time. Like I've seen folks hauled out of here before.
Kita's slowly pulling their hand away, like taking the drugs with it. Be like, "That's info I already have, sweetie."
And she's starting to look a little like stressed. That she turns and like full on points a finger at a table across the bar from you.
Fuck's sakes.
Right over here in the bottom right hand corner. There are 4 women sat around a smaller stage where a rather inebriated looking man is lazily swinging his way around a pole. He stumbles a little bit here and there, and occasionally a well-dressed woman in a bright red gown with raven black hair reaches a hand out that goes just a little too far and kind of like swipes at his ankles every now and again, and then licks a finger. That's Starla. And she's still full on pointing at this individual as she says that.
Lakita's just like, take it and just take it. Get out of my sight. Next time won't be a freebie.
Thanks. Grabs the bag and excuses herself.
At this time, I just pretty much, I see Crow, and I just do like a hand gesture, like subtly. Just like I'm reading, like having a book out, and I'm just tapping it. And then like twirling and pointing slightly at the table, which you should keep the eye on.
Yeah. In response, Crow, I turn like my head over to kind of acknowledge Lakita's direction, and on the glass faceplate, there's just a little neon like flash of an O, like a circle, and then it disappears, and then direction is averted to that way.
Things are going down hard tonight.
So Lakita's just gonna sit there with their book and just start writing stuff, trying to see if there's any more buyers.
You take in the show, and Crow, your company is making small talk, as one is wont to do. Arian, what about you? You find yourself at the bar. Again, Ambrosia in the front. You know what those 2 people behind the bar are. Every Renfield wants to be one. They're known as a thrall. They're what happens when a regular human drinks vampire blood. They get stronger, faster, their senses sharpen, and they, for a little while, can throw a car. Generally, as long as they receive blood on a regular basis, they maintain that state. The blood going away, they get antsy, call it.
Okay. Withdrawal, just like drugs.
It is an intoxicating thing. Ambrosia is leaning against the countertop and speaking to you in a hushed voice. What do you say? How are you going to play this? You guys didn't part ways so well last time.
No, we did not.
He leaves you to your, wholesome good boy antics for the most part. Helping people and the like. And that was a big blowout, but here you are.
Ariane,
I'm waiting.
lean forward, be a little closer, and be like, I will admit, how we parted ways probably wasn't the best. It was very public.
You broke my favorite glasses.
I can buy you new ones.
Darling, you can't afford the new glasses that I want. Look at this place.
I'm sure there's something else I can give to make up for it. Gives a flirty smile and a wink.
There is a sparkle. No pun intended for the vampires out there. None.
It's in the corner of his eye, not coming off of his skin. He's
Yeah.
got that twinkle.
Yeah.
It's a twinkle, not a sparkle. It's a zing.
It's a 80s lens flare.
Yeah.
Hexor, despite the hushed tones, you're picking up a lot of that conversation as it happens.
Hence the strategic positioning at the bar.
Mm-hmm. And he says, "Do tell. What are you looking for?"
Well, I've heard word on the street about someone who frequents here. I think she's sitting over there. She kind of lazily points behind him.
Yes.
I take it you're not.
He
the
looks
vet-
bored.
I take it she's not your most favorite vampire in this place.
She is a brute. Works for Malcolm. Is one of the little vampling underboss. Thinks they're bigger than they are. But of course, one must toe the line.
Oh, yes. Careful not to cross it, but it's like a tightrope, no?
Well, I mean, a little tension's always good for business, but don't go crossing that one. It's a recipe for being hurt. She'll run straight to Malcolm, and you know how that would go.
We don't want... She's bad. We both know that he can be worse.
She just likes to play. A little cruel for my tastes, but, you know, I don't lose too many staff over it. The last time that Malcolm threw a hissy fit in here, I lost half the stage. Put that hole in the skylight. At least it opens up the place now. You can see the sky.
It does definitely change the mood.
I mean, we make do.
What if I can find a way to kind of get her out of here for at least a bit?
Well, I'm certain the staff would agree. Just don't go getting yourself hurt, darling. And he reaches down below the bar and pulls out this. It is a dusty ass bottle of something that is black and viscous. It pours like motor oil.
Fun.
I love
rest-
Jaeger.
It smells medicinal. It probably is what's flowing through Hexor's veins at this point.
What throws through Hexor's veins is the ice-cold river of justice.
I like it.
All right, Batman.
Non-denominational Batman.
Non-denominational Batman.
Where
Non-copyright.
my parents were killed. Cowabummer, dude.
Like cow bummer, dude.
Based on the information that you have collectively, what comes next? We'll go around. Lakita, we'll start with you up in the corner. The information you have, you're looking specifically for a couple of things. Specifically an option to like find out where these people are being taken. Potentially an opportunity to tail. And or somebody to just flat out tell you if that's a possibility for you, and based on how the dice alloweth. What do you do next? You've written what you have in your book, and occasionally a hostess will come by and just kind of like sniff you up and down, wave you off. I don't want to drink. There's like another club soda.
I don't drink.
Hmm.
Period.
You obviously don't
At
tip
all.
the strippers either. And
You want-
continues
he's gonna
watching
say, like,
away.
Actually, before they march away, he's gonna wave down and be like, "Oh yeah, tip, sure," and pulls out the money and just pulls out like a wad of cash and like puts in their hand secretly and like pulls them down to whisper in their ear. like,
Oh.
There's and pretty much just asks for that man on the stripper pole to, like, he noticed that he's intoxicated. He's been there for a while. Maybe he's learned some things by listening to them, or the people around him, like the other party members, and it just puts that in her hand and goes, "See those 4 women over there?
Mhm.
Do you have any? I would like to buy them a round of drinks."
Oh, I can do you one better. It looks down at like a. This is too much money. It's
Yeah.
just like, I can do you one better. Come with me.
Oh.
And takes you by the hand. Do you follow?
I gotta keep up appearances. It's like, shit, I fucked up. This is following, like, god damn it.
And starts
I played
leading.
chicken and I lost.
The rest of you see Lakita being led away by the hand around the corner.
VIP area or out the door?
It's around where the bathrooms are and where the private dance rooms are.
Oh, dear
Gotcha.
God.
The venereal disease alley.
And she leads you into a little room and
On info.
pushes you down into a chair and says, "You wait right there,"
Oh dear God, what have I
and
done?
closes the shutters for you. You'll
I
notice
came
in
to
this
bar
room,
to case the joint and suddenly I'm in the VIP room.
this little room has no ceiling to it.
Lakita's not into sex, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Like, at all. Like, asexual, just like, no, I'm not this
Yeah.
ace. Like, and so he's just like, okay, maybe I can get info.
The rest of you notice a couple of moments later that this hostess comes back from around the corner, sans Lakita, and walks up to this table and leans down, or like this dancer leans their head down and just like kind of rubs their eyes a little bit, and they like crouch down and they start collecting up dollar bills. And
Just the saddest mopping job ever. Just
that's
squeegee and a lot of wet coins.
I love that chat's going immediately to Has Been Hotel references.
Yep.
That's great. Love it.
That's the Zitgeist
A
in
what
it.
now?
An ace in the hole, and Alistair. Leans down, picks up all of these dollar bills, and this dancer begs forgiveness from the 4 people at the table, and starts stepping past these other dancers to go over to a private room area. One of the more haggard-looking people sitting at the table, just exuding confidence, and like every time they go to move a chair, it like cracks a little bit.
Oh yeah.
They are riding high on something. Grabs the woman that was sitting at the table, intoxicated, and throws her onto the stage.
My
I said
justice sense is
dance.
tingling.
And she's like, she laughs a little bit, isn't really sure what to do, and stands up and just starts like white girl dancing, just giving her for all she's worth. And a bunch of
Excuse
them-
me, barkeep. Hold my place at the bar. And I excuse myself to relieve myself
Strategically walking past the table, if I may.
Absolutely.
Immediately, Crow is in the like, oh, God, this is gonna be a thing.
Justice.
Aaron sees him leave. Is like, nope. Stay cool. Stay
No.
cool.
No words are uttered, but the drink that I am holding, I start to like swirl it.
Yeah.
And that amber color starts to darken until it's just like black ink in the glass.
I love it. Haxor.
I'm debating how incognito I can signal my friends that I've got this. And I opt to not try that. They will have to trust the vibe.
Yep. You're kind of half Robocopping your way into this.
I mean, Haxor does exude the stick up the ass posture because he is mostly mechanical. You've seen dudes drop low with the robot. However, Haxor's constantly popping and locking and sliding and twisting as he moves.
And looking amazing
Hello,
in leather
fellow
pants.
children.
Shut up! I am mixing metaphors
Your age
purposefully.
without saying your age.
Does the white in my beard tell anyone anything? But but yeah, strategically getting tangential to that situation.
Yep. You start kind of walking past the table. You realize that there's a walkway and a stage just north of you
Oh, dear God,
that you
don't
have
do
to
it.
walk all the way around. But you kind of like
Justice knows no barriers.
hoe down.
In fact, justice has an idea.
Oh no.
Gosh.
Pardon me, but are you looking for some entertainment?
Oh dear God, no.
And I will
Guess this
excuse
robot
the
on the
poor
pole.
woman from her position by taking it for her.
Oh no. I was so happy looking
I'm
at
gonna-
that there.
I'm gonna
definitely-
let's roll a persuasion check on this. let's see how it goes. First roll of the game.
Oh, it's good.
That's a 5. That's a 5.
Could have been better.
I've seen worse.
So Haxor, what's your AC?
So we
Oh,
got.
dear God.
We've already gotten to this part of the discussion, have we? You also know damn well what my AC is, sir. But it
For
is a
the people
cool
at home.
18. A
For the people
solid,
at home.
heavy armored, battle ready 18.
All right, we're gonna say this vampire spawn that backhands you in the chest. No damage. It just kind of like sends you into this table a little bit, and it's like fuck off. And she turns to the woman that's visibly confused and is like, are we switching? Like what's happening? And she you see this like the hand slap down on the stage and 3 of the fingers dig into the concrete. It's all poured concrete stage. And she says,
Classiest joint.
I said dance. And she's like, ha ha ha, all right, we're dancing. That's a dance that we're doing. And the vampire spawn pays Haxor no mind. Seeing this, and giving everybody else a chance to react, Crow and Arian, what are you doing here?
Do we double down or help me out of this?
Crow will sit, doesn't move much, continues to swirl the drink, and as the situation seems to be going towards a spot where either we're gonna have to step up completely or leave it as is.
To the streets? Step up to the streets?
Yeah.
There might be a dance off.
Hexor is either going to leave it or not.
The most binary of choices.
Yeah, for the most binary of characters. We'll just continue to swirl that drink, that like black ink in a glass, and like a vertical scroll text appears across their mask. It just goes dunce, moves up,
I like it.
Subtle.
but just watching.
Arian, you took this in as well. Well, you know, cavorting, let's say. And is there anything that you'd like to do? Any reaction? Any commentary?
Hexor does make eye contact with you, your ex-boyfriend, and a pointed look at the target.
Oh dear gosh.
I think everyone would kind of hear the commotion, see him getting thrown back, and then kind of look at Ambrosia again and be like, it seems this newcomer doesn't quite know how things work around here.
More than likely. At least it seems like that was it. I mean, did you see how far he flew? It's impressive for a young one.
Indeed, I just feel so sorry for your furniture.
Darling, this is why we make everything out of concrete.
The finest of poured concrete chairs and poured concrete tables.
It's sturdy and it's cheap to repair.
Is this a Star Wars bar?
So that woman.
Oh God, what is the music playing right now? It better not be whatever that
Jizz.
That said.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
Though the woman does seem rather intoxicated, perhaps it's time for some fresh dancers. Ones who can
Persuasion.
dance.
Persuasion or deception, your choice.
Ooh, I'd rather do deception.
That's fair. Play to your strengths.
Oh, that is not a good deception.
Folks, it's a natural 1
Yes.
for a double-digit number.
Thank you for the
I got a
follow, Hartback.
9.
That is a natural 1. That said,
It's out of the way now.
Yep. It's not an unreasonable suggestion so much. And it's like Ambrosia lets it go on for a little bit longer, sussing everything out, and then takes the time to step out from behind the bar himself and walks over and is looks at the table. He is probably 6'2", again, long, regal, royal-looking coat. If you're thinking Alucard from Castlevania, very on point.
The 32-bit version, yeah.
Yeah. But super broad shoulders, like it's the 80s, so everybody was triangle-chested.
Everything's triangle-shaped.
Yeah.
Everybody was a Dorito.
Everybody was a
Yeah.
Dorito,
Much.
including
even
Laura
Hexor
Croft.
has like weird pollards off the side.
Yeah. He walks up and he's like, unfortunately, madam, the stages are for staff only. I must insist. And
I'll bow out with his signal there as well to get myself extricated from this.
he did not look at you in any way, shape, or form.
Even better.
He goes to offer a hand, and it's got a lace hanky in it, so he doesn't have to touch her. And he helps her down and hands her off to one of the staff to take over there. And is looks across the stage and at the vampire spawn that put a hole in his stage, looks at her, looks at the stage, looks at her, and she just kind of does this, crosses her hands in front of her. It's apologies. Mm-hmm. And a pretty looking lady with a crop top and a bit of a frizzy hairstyle comes up and starts acting like a professional for all intents and purposes.
Consummate professionalism. I excuse myself to the pisser and VIP alley.
Do. Hexor starts making it for the pisser. While that's happening, Lakita, opening the sliding shutter doors, and it's like the accordion doors that you saw on like 1980s closets.
Oh my god, those things.
It's got a magnet on either side.
Our sets came from Star Trek: The
God.
Next Generation. Are you kidding?
That's the thing.
Concrete and shutter doors.
The
With lots of
kind of,
soft pastels.
haggard-looking man that was dancing before steps inside, and they've got a little bit more clothes on than they had before, and a small neon fanny pack that is just stuffed with dollar bills. They've got a bottle of what you can assume is to be champagne, and a small vial of something that is red. And they step in and they close the door, and he says, "Server said that you were asking for a private dance."
More like information.
Well, I mean, you can talk, I can talk, we cannot talk. I mean, it's all the same. You already paid.
Perfect. First of all, I'd take that vial from you, please.
Oh, UV?
No, it's for studies. It's good to find a good supply of V out there.
Well, yeah. It doesn't last. I mean, a couple of days, right?
Mostly trying. It's not important. Takes it and puts it in their jacket and just like tucks it in. Those.
He's licking his lips as he do it.
As you were dancing with those vampire folk, I was hoping you would have heard so many conversations.
Well, I mean, a lot of people talk, and he sits down and he kind of like scratches at his leg a little bit, and you see like his ankle is profusely bleeding.
Yeah, Lakita's gonna like kneel down and do some medicine on this, like wrap this ankle a little bit. They are a doctor first.
Is this man's name Methany, perhaps?
I have it listed as Ken, actually.
I was gonna say,
that checks out,
like
yeah.
with the fanny pack, I was like, is this
Every Ken I've
motherfucker
ever
Ken?
met.
He's whacking a banana hammock. He's got a hyperfluorescent UV fanny pack stuffed with wet dollar bills. Of course, his name is Ken.
Yeah.
So Lakita's
Yeah.
gonna wrap their ankle from the blood
Oh, I
and
see.
ties it up and just goes, look, I want to get information about what they were talking about.
As you wrap the ankle, he says, "Roleplay, I like this," and he proffers his wrists to you as you're wrapping around the ankle.
No, good sir. I do believe I need you a little bit more sober.
Oh,
As he opens up
Party
his
pooper.
jacket and just sees all like the drugs there,
oh.
and just pulls out one that's like caffeine.
He's like
It
those the white pills third from the left, and I'll
You
talk about whatever you want to talk about. He's referring to the codeine.
I am aware. You know how hard it is to find codeine these days?
Uppers
Look, I will give you one
or the V.
if you give me the information. 2, if it's information I like.
I mean, I'll do my best. Pills first.
What were they talking? Oh, I will give you one for now. You will not take it.
He takes it and holds it in his hand.
Perfect.
Waiting.
Listen, I need information, and you're the only one that was close enough with them for long periods of time. What were they discussing?
I mean, aside from the terrible things that they were saying they were going to do to my body,
Might have a loophole around that. So yes. Did they talk about anyone disappearing lately?
Oh, you mean the runs? Where they do a run and they... Oh, yeah. Have you lost someone?
Personally, no, but I have lost test subjects, and that is bad for my business.
I understand. Well, for business, and he pops the pill into his mouth,
God damn it.
and he's like, "That's it."
5, 4.
Yeah. He says, sometimes when employees are no longer useful, able to keep up appearances, they have a tendency to become redundant. And they are dismissed without their or our knowledge of it. Likewise, patrons that may find themselves unable to find their way home. Sometimes Malcolm's people put them in a black van. I've seen him take it away.
Do you happen to have any other details for me?
Malcolm's people are here tonight.
I could...
Starla, the maniac in the red dress.
Yes, the one that butchered your poor leg.
Well, it feels much better now.
I completely understand.
She will probably pick out a few subjects, take them away. I've heard that some of these folks, I heard Ambrosia speaking to some of the other wait staff, that she was concerned about a dancer that had gone missing. And it was that they weren't entirely certain whether or not she was going to return, but there was a possibility. That leads me to believe that maybe they're not just food. We all know what we're in for here.
I agree completely. Look, I will give you a solid... I don't think that you want to be in that van tonight.
No, I'm having the time of my life.
I understand that.
He's relaxed.
I shall...
And the moon trip has begun?
I shall inform the staff that you have been pardoned for the rest of the afternoon.
It's like
Okay.
a solid 2:30 out here, isn't it?
It's later into the evening. Vampires and all.
Good.
He's like,
One more thing before we depart.
and I get my second favor.
Of course. But one more thing before we do depart. You talked about this dancer. Do you happen to have a name?
Melody.
Melody.
Yes.
Perfect. Who was the waiter or the waitress or the person who was asking for Melody?
Her name is Lila, but she's not working tonight.
Do you happen to know the location where Lila lives?
I don't. I see her. She's one of the wait staff. She's been a thrall for a long time of Ambrosia.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time. And just pulls out another one. But also pulls out his business card.
I love it.
And hands it to them and be like, if you need any more, or if you start thinking of any more information, I shall have more of these for you, if you so please. And slides them the card in the last bill.
For this isn't your kind of place.
I've been here multiple times giving medicine
No, that wasn't a question.
Oh?
And he stands up and he pops the pill and he helps you to your feet. And he undoes the belt of your pants slowly and leaves it undone.
Okay, I am
And
not
says,
interested in sex, good sir, but
"Now
I
go."
appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate you. Get some rest. And if you do
Lakita
not
picks
desire...
up on this.
Yes.
That he's like, you came into this room, and if you came out of this room looking any way other than disheveled, it would be suspicious.
And he just takes off his jacket and folds it over his arm, so he's just holding it with one. So now you can see that he's actually just wearing, because I gave into this, it is a leather vest.
I like it.
Underneath, showing his
Shirtless
arms
or
and
like silk
everything.
shirt?
Pardon?
Shirtless or silk shirt?
Shirtless.
I like
Shirtless
it.
in a leather
Nice.
vest.
Going with
Yes.
those themes, shirtless.
He
So now you can see
smells
his
like
arms.
a belt.
His arms are just like, they're pale, but they're also like kind of muscular
Oh,
from
scrawny
carrying
fit.
around bodies and
Yeah.
everything. And he lays it over and he looks at him and goes, if you have any more information, do not hesitate.
Indeed.
Also,
Now,
if you don't need your body at any time soon, I do have a contract that you can sign, and once you have passed on, I shall take your body.
His pupils are dilated to fuck at
You
this
won't
point,
remember
and
this.
he's not certain if you actually said that or not. And he's just gonna lay back in the chair, and he's like, "Uh-huh."
Good. I shall be off. And leaves out of the room and walks into the main room.
I like it.
I want to single out Crow without
Does
singling
Hexor-
out.
Does Hexor need to absolve you of any diseases?
Hexor just sees Hexor and goes,
So that took a little bit of time.
okay, never mind. You go ahead.
While that was happening, Hexor had walked around the corner, and you see some black marble bathroom walls, tile, floors.
Strategically looming. I don't actually have to be
Oh,
in the bathroom for physical reasons whatsoever.
Yep. There's no doors. There's just two bathrooms.
It's one of those places that's made of concrete and has like etched marble bathrooms that are just chutes in the wall.
Actually, full toilets. They are fully functional for the people that need them.
Right.
It's a little nicer in here because vampires don't pee.
And everybody does cocaine off the top of the toilets. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why everything's black.
Black enamel, black marble, black, not chrome, but what was that stuff they put on everything?
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a gilding.
Rutilated metal or something like that. It's crazy.
So Hexor, you are there as
Strategic backup out of
Lakita
half
comes
line of
around the
sight for
corner.
most of the bar.
You
Yeah.
hear from your positioning. There are noises coming from all of these rooms.
I'm going to have to remove disease from many people.
Or something. Sometimes
This
they're...
town will be clean by my hands.
Roll me a perception check, Hexor.
For what?
Let's see how bad of a squelching sound I have to make into the microphone.
Oh no!
No! No!
That's
my
really
dad.
good. That's
Oh, thank
really
God.
Considering
Yeah.
I have a penalty, yeah, that's
Yeah.
not bad for
Yeah.
Hexor, who's
Yeah.
innately
For a
attuned
minus
for the
one.
moment.
good. Some of these rooms have wet noises coming from them. Others have soft, like whimpers coming from them. A feast for all kind of thing.
I would assume I'm able to distinguish between loud and alarming.
Some of them sound pretty alarming.
I have a distinguished palate for strange noises in the dark.
That's fair. I will say nothing sets off Hexor's spidey sense.
Perfect.
Justice tingle. Just a lot of folks having a good time.
Reprehensible, but forgivable.
The music is booming, and you find yourselves hovering outside a bathroom between the two of you. Hexor, as you came around the corner, you can see Crow still sitting with the courtesan, if you will. The
I
vengeance
throw
vibe.
a single quiet thumbs up to my colleague in arms, which
Lakita.
extends into a finger gun. No, don't threaten me with a good time. I can actually do that.
Yeah, it expands out like Astro. No.
Somewhere in between Akira and Astro Boy, sure. But yeah.
Lakita is in a state of undress.
Yep, just walking out.
Very good.
Information? Do you say anything to each other?
Well,
You have
I
a
think
moment of
if-
privacy outside the can.
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat all the information I got about the dancer who went missing. Their name was. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this because I know one was Melanie.
Melody.
Something musical, I believe.
Melody. And was that the waitress or the dancer?
The dancer, that one.
The dancer was Melody.
Yes. And I'm sorry, my head is still foggy from this cold. What was the dancer's name? I meant the waitress name. Oh, I am on
Lila.
Tylenol
Oh, boy.
cold. Lila.
Yeah.
Lila. So I tell Hexor about
Thank you, chat.
Melody and Lila. Thank you, Moon. Thank you.
Doctor,
I
you are in a
appreciate you
state-
so much.
Do not feel obligated to tell me anything more than your scintillated body can handle at this moment. Simply know I am here to provide you with justice.
All right,
Justice of aftercare. No.
I don't know how to handle you. I'll be completely honest. You're a lot.
Hexor is a man's man.
Hexor has been told this before.
And he just he's holding his jacket. He goes, "Look, I want to get information about where this Lila girl lives. They were asking about Melody. They might have more information about what's going on."
Noted. I will take your lead.
How about we just split from this and you try to find information for yourself? I want to head up to Crow and see if they got anything.
Noted.
Thank you, Hexor. Oh dear God. Just walks away.
All right. Place your tokens on the map where you feel you two would individually meander to. I feel like there'd be a moment of pause so you're not walking out together at the same time.
I debated loudly announcing that I had bought illicit drugs from a drug dealer in a known
Oh,
drug
dear
dealing bar,
God.
but thought better of it.
Lakita's just gonna come out first before he has to deal
It's
with
not
this man
very
again.
just.
I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. In fact, I never sleep at night.
And just gonna walk past and slowly make their way to Crow, pretty much like ordering a drink as they're walking, so they have a drink in hand and walk over to Crow.
I will make my way back to the bar as nonchalantly as I can, checking my fly.
Hexor is a complicated amalgamation of, yeah, we'll say paladin.
Hexor special.
Yeah.
Hexor serves vengeance.
Vengeance. All the tenets of vengeance.
So
The
Lakita's
big
gonna
V.
Lakita's just gonna sit at the table and slide the drink over to the waitress, like the hostess. Putting some and just slid over and just sits down beside their friend.
Sitting with Crow?
Yeah.
Okay.
They know each other.
All right.
You'll sit down and I'll take a minute and I'll look at my escort of the evening and just through kind of like that mechanical filtered voice box have just it appears I have company. Would you mind just giving us a moment?
Gives a shrug and picks up the drink that they had and the one that you've been decidedly not drinking the whole night,
Yeah.
and says, "I'll get you a refill." And gives you some scorn and walks away.
I appreciate, darling. So, what did you find?
A few information. Apparently people have been going missing at this club for a while now. Patrons, dancers, anything's been going missing. Strange enough, a name came up. 2 of them, in fact. We have a dancer who said that they went missing, but there's talk about them coming back. They're not dead.
makes sense.
The woman who was asking about this, she works here as a waitress. She's a thrall. I need to get more information from her, I believe. I believe she has gathered information, thus knows that she is coming back.
Any info on whereabouts?
Sadly, I do not have that. One thing I do know is one of our companions knows the owner. And the owner would have addresses now, wouldn't they?
I believe that's standard practice.
Instead of me walking around giving everybody this information, thought I'd jaunter to you, as you are the most stealthiest. It just looks at Hextor. Out of all of our companions. Don't know how I got dragged into this, but anyways, we need that information so we can talk and see what they've got. All I've got is that there is a black unmarked van that comes, takes them away.
There's always a black unmarked van, Doc.
I understand that.
And with the delivery of there's always a black unmarked van, Doc, you like turn away to like look at something else that's like caught your eye, and you turn back and Crow is gone from that seat.
That's my companion, and just leans back and it just is trying to look like they just did the dirty, but never. They're just like.
I will roll a 23 on stealth as I use my as I go straight up the wall behind me onto the ceiling.
Wow.
This is why I knew. I was like, Crow's our stealth guy. Gotta get to Crow.
The aforementioned badly lit holes in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's dark up there.
Oh yeah, you can probably see better.
There's like the majority of folks don't seem to notice.
Mm-hmm.
And as you crawl
I
into the
highly doubt
rafters,
the room's perception was higher than 15.
there's a single individual standing over in the corner that's looking directly at you.
Which corner?
Who's this guy? Who's this
Oh, okay,
guy?
yeah. I clock him immediately.
Oh, the owner of course.
The like
He's looking at you incredulously, like, the fuck are you doing in my ceiling?
I look down at him and I notice him noticing me,
Fucking wink. Just
and the completely black sheer mask just lights up with a little red neon hi for a second and then turns off.
oh my god.
And I will actually, knowing that he has noticed me, I will go right towards him. Like in a non-menacing
there's
way.
A,
like
there's
I'm
a
just,
big old skylight
You are
right
scuttling
in
on
the
the
middle of the
I'm not
of the bar.
scuttling. I'm like walking.
What?
Yeah, no, it's not a climbing skill. I'm just
Yeah.
able to walk on walls.
Yeah.
And
Oh
ceilings.
god. Yeah.
You're Zoidberging, yeah.
I was imagining like the Grudge woman,
oh,
like
yeah.
Just the cat.
ambling backwards.
When I want
That's
to,
more
sure.
Jesus.
But I wanted to like deliver a line and then disappear.
That's fair. I like
I
it.
want it to be cool.
I mean,
The
hi.
the only person so Starla didn't notice. All the vampire
Mhm.
spawns didn't notice. Ambrosia did.
Yeah.
And they give you this incredulous kind of look, and they've got a bottle and 2 golden chalices, and they're just kind of like walking over to where Starla is at this point. Arian, you've been
Gotcha.
left to your own devices.
Sure.
He clocked you, and it's like,
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an insight check for me.
Me?
Yeah.
6.
With a natural one.
Solid natural ones tonight.
You're of 2 minds.
Yeah.
Either he probably didn't actually notice you and was probably just looking out at the sky, or he 100% was like, fucking babies. One of those 2 things
Fair.
goes through Crow's mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like 30 feet up on the ceiling
Whatever.
at this point.
Yeah. And I guess instead of going to him, since he seems to be interacting with clients, I will move across the ceiling and just kind of like appear behind our lovely area.
Do you just fall off the ceiling and?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a black drop of liquid falls from the ceiling and lands on the ground and forms Crow.
I like it. I'm not gonna. This is purely stylistic, and I'm here for it. There's no falling damage or anything like that. Because all that jazz. And Arian has a small cup of a very dark-looking liquid. Looks like motor oil.
Smell like motor oil.
Hey, you've had this before.
Okay.
It's not blood, but it kind of has the consistency of something congealed. It's, for all intents and purposes, it's basically like fermented soup.
Oh.
Yep. What did we call it? We called it double doubles in another campaign.
Oh God.
Yeah. But Crow appears beside you.
I need deets.
Oh.
We've got a missing waitress, Lila.
Missing dancer.
Missing dancer, Melody. Lila knows about it.
Two names.
Doc isn't,
This is a bad game of telephone, guys.
Oh my
look,
Jesus Christ.
Doc isn't the most put together at the moment.
Hey, wait a minute. I gave you the right information.
The doc is in the throes of, or the afterglow.
Yeah.
Doc had a
Doc
hell of a
did
time in that
nothing.
VIP room, I swear.
Doc gave drugs and patched a leg.
Look,
that's what
I'm
they're
not
calling
going to
it now.
yuck your yum. Like, do what you need to do.
Yuck your yum.
Is that? I'm guessing that's a thrall beside me, or
This one right here, this thrall, was the one that was handling Crow before, and had like reached over the bar and is mixing a thing, and has gone back to waiting tables. I'm not
Okay.
moving tokens statically too much, but yeah,
okay.
there are two folks behind the bar right now.
Okay.
And I have ordered a Mai Tai.
It is full of fruit. It is bombastic. It looks like it's in an upside down samurai helmet.
Perfect.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah.
This is called the Justice Mai Tai. You know,
I'm providing a distraction.
it's got sparklers coming out of it.
Yes.
And just like a 1911 buried in it. Handgun.
So,
I'm providing at least the help action
Oh,
to
yeah.
whatever
Hydrate.
the fuck this is
Thanks,
as a
man.
distraction.
Do I have time to run and grab another drink? Because I am
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Probably.
absolutely. Give her.
I'll be right back.
Self-care, folks. It comes in hydration and in cold medicine.
Indeed.
Indeed. Yeah, no. I don't care
Uh,
if you don't move the tokens or not, but if someone's beside me, I'm just gonna ask. I'm like, I don't feel like I should give information if they're right there.
Yeah, you have a moment. You know, Arian, that right around the corner from where Crow is standing. So, for instance, if I use the ruler tool here, if you headed back this way and around the corner, there's a security room back there. That's where Ambrosia's office is. And there's always somebody sitting there looking at TV screens, just like the individual security cameras. Being right beside a wall, probably not the best place to have a conversation.
Would I know if
There's a
they're...
security room.
Oh no. I think Crow's gonna go on a little adventure, guys.
There is. Arian, you were saying?
Oh, are there cameras in the private depth areas?
Oh, definitely. God.
Not in the
Vampires.
individual rooms, but all of those rooms don't have a ceiling to them. It's open to the club. As though somebody that was, hanging out in the rafters could totally be a peeping Tom Crow.
Why would I?
Stalker.
I don't need to watch people have mediocre sex.
I can do that myself.
Crow gets enough of that at home.
Oof.
Yeah. What are you
That
thinking?
is-
Well, if they're there, we definitely don't talk where we are.
How's your ability to move vertically?
I'm not like you.
Arian is actually one of
You
the
are.
few people that can just move vertically.
Oh, I guess I could. Yeah, I do have that.
You've got a little bit of weird blood.
I do.
I'm not like you.
I'm
You
not
can
like
do that.
other-
I am like you.
I forgot about my ancestral lineage.
I
That
forgot how
allows me
cool
to
I made
fucking
my stuff.
fly.
Yeah, I can.
Yugi.
And levitate.
I believe in the heart of the cards.
Pew pew. You have to blow
how
a
long
kazoo
does it-
first, but
10 minutes. Okay.
you have your levitate as well.
Yeah,
being,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So, now before you consider magical options or anything of that nature, there is always an option of just finding a table away from the bar.
yes.
That's also
Yeah.
true. Also, where's the
We're burning
exit to here?
Just to the south, over here on
Gotcha.
the left-hand side of the map. There's a coat check with a thrall, and then a muscular-looking man in a well-to-do suit, crossing his arms and being
Gotcha.
all triangular.
I go, well, I mean, do you smoke?
Look at her like, I don't.
We could
No.
take this outside.
I feel like Arian probably has a party trick of like exhaling mist anytime somebody says that.
When in
I was
doubt,
just thinking,
press
like,
to digitate
do
a
I
cigarette.
have lungs? Because I can hold my breath indefinitely.
Yeah.
I think we're all highly overthinking. Go for a smoke break and talk about the plan.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Jesus
What I was
Christ.
trying to
I'm not
say.
asking if you physically can smoke a cigarette.
We're not
just need you
asking
to
if it
come.
like catches fire afterwards or anything like that. No.
We're
Like
not taking out Robo George
No.
Washington.
I was honestly thinking, I'm like, could he actually smoke?
Probably.
I
This
feel
is
like
the
Probably.
problem with D&D mechanics, folks. Sometimes you get lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
I
if
could
you
use
guys want to
some-
step outside for a bit, have
Yeah.
some privacy.
Yeah,
There's there's passerbys that come and go. It is reasonable enough for the two of you to like finish your drink and step outside. Arian, I feel like you probably would have checked your coat, having a level of comfort here.
Yeah.
Um,
probably.
and the fine person manning the coat check and looking bored just like reaches out and finds the most fabulous one for you.
Not even your coat, just the one that looks gonna look good on you or something.
And yeah, it's easy enough to excuse yourself outside.
When we're outside and, a proper 5 meters from the door.
Oh, this is the
To
80s.
follow
Nobody
us.
cares.
I know, but we're a proper 5 meters from the door
Okay.
because I want to not be right next to the door.
I like it.
Yes. I feel like Arian would probably know a spot too that they could talk.
Crow will basically reach up into like the mess of scarves that hang around their kind of shoulders and pull out a small box of smokes. Tap one out. Use a mechanical lighter. No fancy finger produce flame or anything.
Well,
Yeah.
magic is entirely too rare and esoteric for like common day-to-day like things.
Yeah.
It's all fucking voodoo here.
Mm-hmm. And the kind of jaw underpiece of the mask splits and retracts in, and then the screen slides up. And underneath, she's quite pale, with kind of one red eye that seems to be a little clouded over, and the other one is kind of the standard, like green. It's like a deep natural green.
Yep.
And she places a cigarette and takes a draw. All right. So, Doc pulled a few names. Dancer named Melody went missing. Apparently, a waitress named Layla knows something about it, but she's not working tonight.
DM question before I answer.
Hmm.
Would I know schedules can change, but would it be reasonable to know I kind of know Lila's schedule or an idea
No,
of
not
days
at
she works? No.
I can't imagine, given your relationship with Ambrosia, that you would have understood a lot of the day-to-day stuff for
Okay.
this place. Maybe you know the names of a handful of staff. Maybe that rings a bell, but certainly not the particulars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure.
And
thought I'd
also,
ask.
there's such a turnover
True.
that this might not be the Lila that you maybe met that one time. It's hard to say. Kind of sounds like a stage name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So, I'm thinking either you use your talents and get that boy toy of yours to give us some information, or we just sit around and wait until something happens.
Well, I mean, it's not unreasonable to think that addresses wouldn't be kept in Ambrosia's office.
I mean, probably are.
Okay.
DM, as I have been in the club for a while watching, where are the security cameras? I probably would have made an effort to clock them.
This place has your respect. You're looking around. About the only place that doesn't have a security camera directly pointed at it is the skylight in the middle of the room, right above that center stage. But everywhere else throughout the rafters, you see them in all of their glory, turning those big white obvious cameras. Again, it's the 80s. There's it's not a glassy dome. They're literally everywhere. Information is key. And they're all recording to what you can only assume is like a solid 10 feet of VHS recorders in a rack somewhere.
Yeah.
Like the prep room to the back, not only a break room, green room if it's staff or if it's performers, but break room for the waitresses. Probably also video storage.
I mean, if we know which day our lovely dancer went missing, we might be able to find some recordings of it.
If you knew that.
I mean, worst case, we could try and make our way into the office in the back. You keep everyone distracted, I'm sure I could probably find my way past those cameras. Try to, at least.
I feel like, as entertaining as I am, I could probably keep the patrons' attention, but security-wise, maybe Hexor could cause some damage.
Hexor could absolutely cause some shit. This is the only thing I provided on the brief.
Yeah. All right. Plan 3B it is. And he'll toss the
What happened
cigarette
to
on
one
the
and
ground.
two?
I mean, I tried dancing
Gone.
and then
Toss a cigarette on the ground, stomp it out. You know, well, let's start a ruckus. And then the like of the mask slides back into place.
You open the doors and step back inside, and the music hits you again with a wave. You see across from you Lakita sitting scribbling in a notebook, I imagine, still at a table.
Yep. Keeping an eye out. Like
We'll pick up what happens next after a break, because
Woo.
it's time. It seems reasonable.
I'm gonna make some soup.
Yeah, we got 7:45, and in the interest of Geek not passing out, we'll take a longer break. We'll do 15 minutes, so we'll be back at 8 o'clock. Everybody can grab a drink,
Sounds
do what
good.
you need to do.
hail hydrate,
And,
folks.
Hail hydrate. I like it. We'll
I need
talk to you guys soon.
Look, if we don't
All
have
right,
an action
you soon.
scene kicking off with some of Rebel Yell, I don't want to be in this room.
That's
I mean,
fair.
I'll do my best.
How
But I'm
much
working
can we
with some open
play with-
source stuff.
Right.
Can we sing?
We're actually doing Ballroom Blitz.
I
Oh,
count
yeah.
as parody, don't I? In my entirety.
Well, there's something to be said for it. Yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes. We'll give Geek a chance to eat. So, see you soon, folks.
Hey, see you soon.
See you in a minute.
I want that shirt.
Country
Too
road.
late, it's mine.
Sorry,
Damn it.
what was
me
that? What was that, Neon?
We're live. We're
what goes
live.
on the
Don't,
shirt?
don't
Yeah.
fall for it.
I have a shirt. My lovely, lovely partner got it for me. Witchy, if you're watching this stream at all ever, thank you very much. Thank you. I love it very much. It's my favorite t-shirt.
Aw. If you're single, raise your hand.
Loser.
Just gonna
That's why
go
we'll be
now.
here on Wednesday week.
Yeah.
I just don't do
but the
Valentine's
shirt
Day.
says in nice, good impact font, I sucked the Mothman's dick at Mount Pleasant, West Virginia, and it has an image of Mothman on it.
I would like you to take a picture of that shirt and send it to me because one of our viewers, Northlandis, would cream herself at
Did you
seeing
just
that.
out Northlandis?
Yeah.
Give me another break, and I will go find it and put it on right now.
You can mute your camera and run. No,
I don't
no,
know
we'll do it
exactly
after.
where it is, but
Do it after.
another time.
Mute my camera.
Yeah.
You know, you could say disable your camera, I guess. Mute your audio, mute your video. Kind of just works. But that
We're in
said,
that weird liminal space where that's vernacular now, isn't it?
yeah, it's one of those things. Y'all walk back inside.
I'm excused again. Yeah.
Cigarette goes
We're
out.
back inside. Yeah.
Crow has an inkling about breaking into Ambrosia's office.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Arian-
Crow Hexor the wink.
Arian,
Yes.
Crow has given you some plans. How's this gonna go, bud?
After thinking about it, Arian has decided to whisper in her ear as best she can with the helmet on, or best he
Yeah.
can with the helmet on.
You also have message as an aside if you ever need to be sneaky about stuff.
Oh yeah, I do have a
Oh.
cantrip message. Yeah, I'm gonna use message.
Everyone hydrate.
Does it count as a hydration if you're drinking a beer?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
It's any liquid, right?
Well, it's something.
How about soup?
Soup
Soup
counts.
is
Yes,
very
soup
hydrating.
counts. Can I send it to multiple people, or is it just
All
Okay.
my,
It's just one.
One at a time.
all my noodles have gone to the bottom of the cup.
Oh no!
I thought you said to the bottom of the cat at first, and I'm like, oh god, what have you done?
She is on my lap. She will not leave me.
Good. Warm lap.
So
Arian?
first, Arian will use message on Crow and say, if you even get a foot within his office, like Ambrosia will know, and he will kill you. So
He can try.
I suggest we do the diversion plan first.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then I'll send messages to the doc and Hexor and tell them the plan. That I'm gonna create a diversion for the patrons, but Hexor might also have to create one for the staff and security.
What's the safe word?
Pineapple.
Banana.
Pineapple banana.
I have a
Word.
pen. I have an apple.
That's what I was thinking of.
Pineapple pen.
Crow, roll me a
Yes.
perception check as you walk back
Absolutely. Perception. 13.
in. Bravado aside, you have highly sensitive skills and senses.
Hmm.
You are intimately aware from the time that you entered this place, especially around vampiric kin. You understand power scaling a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you understand that you and probably one other person could take out one of those thralls reasonably easy in a straight fight.
Yeah.
One of those vampiric spawn, like the one that put their hand through, the baby vampire, the one that knocked Hexor back across the room and onto his ass, one of those creatures would be a challenge for all four of you to take on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've done it before, but people weren't unscathed. There are two individuals in this bar, one being Starla, the red-gowned crazy eyes,
Mm-hmm.
that was nicking at ankles, and the other is Ambrosia. Both of these people feel old. And it's one of those, like, you walk into a room and you look around and you see who the oldest person is. It's probably him. Just as a your own natural sense of things. And it seems like Arian is on good terms with that person. So
Yeah.
they got a bit of a rapport. You've killed people before. Like, not just a few. You have no question in your mind, motivation-wise or anything else, that Arian, if he said something out of line, would probably get crushed. Like, and now he's dead.
Yeah.
There's probably some truth to what he says. Hence the warning for it. Like, this is something that you
Fair.
picked up on earlier, not just
Yeah.
from their words.
I'll respond to the message that was sent by Arian.
You can respond to this message.
Always. And I go, I try to talk him into giving us the information first. I don't want this to get messy.
And we'll just give a nod. And kind of casually go back into the club.
So you were casting message a couple of times to the others after you guys had conferred. What's your next step?
They would probably relay that. Gonna try and get it from Ambrosia. So just, I guess, kind of like wait for like a signal.
Okay. So right now they're sitting over at a table with Starla, conversing quietly about something or another. Are you thinking of engaging Ambrosia and asking for that information directly, or asking for what's the vibe?
I feel like it'd be a little suspicious, very sus. If
You did just
went up-
come home.
Yeah, exactly. If they just went up and was like, "Hey, so this missing dancer." I think they would try. Are there any? No, I think Arian would like to go to the green room and see if there's any dancers back there for staff.
Okay. You're gonna try and step behind the scene?
Yeah.
Hexor, why are you casting Toll the Dead? Okay.
Look not behind the curtains, sir.
Okay.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
I'm
Roll
trying
20
to murder
has-
people.
The worst interface for I want to casually look at a spell in my list to
Oh,
remind myself
yes, I've definitely
while
done
not
that.
interrupting the flow all the fucking
Sorry.
time.
Oh, good. Okay,
They're,
so
like, right beside each other, and you're like, "Shit."
so Arian's gonna try and kind of grease the wheels a little bit. You want to walk into the back?
Yeah, I want to like talk to the dancers. And
Okay.
Staff.
And
It's probably been a while since he's like actually been here.
yeah, how long since you guys had your falling out? Because you did that before you joined the Resistance.
Yeah.
So timeline-wise, like, what are we talking?
Thinking at least like a year and a half.
Okay, so you've been at it a while.
Yeah.
Just doing the day job stuff.
Yeah.
All right. What about Crow? As Arian and like you walk back in, and he gives you that kind of like knowing tilt of the head, and beelines for over here. Where does Crow go?
Crow is going to find another table. Actually, yeah, no, it's going to be kind of a table on this side here, near that back room door, just close enough to keep it in eye line and make a sprint if needed.
Okay.
But not so close as to cause suspicion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the table around where Crow's sitting right now. What specifically was the message that Arian sent to Lakita and Hexor?
Like the last one?
Yeah, when you used message to let everybody know what was going on, what specifically did you tell them?
So I think I said it the first time. Yeah, so they would have said
25 words or less.
Being back, I can probably get access to the back room. I'll see what I can find out from staff.
Yeah. Lakita, loud and clear. Hexor comes through. Pause. Pending. Arian, you check your 6 as you step your way into the back area. Ambrosia clocks you. Just corner of the eye. Raises an eyebrow, but doesn't say anything. As you step back, there are 4 individuals back there. Just some are rooting through lockers, getting ready. One's sitting eating a plate of food. There's a couple of like bar stools and stuff. There's a set of showers over in the back corner. A couple racks hanging on the far right wall for wardrobe and things like that. And then on the far right side of this room that you're in, there's a small set of steps that goes up onto that purple lit stage that's to the north of the room that you're in.
Okay.
They all kind of turn and look at you quizzically as you step in. Hello.
Watch them smile.
No patrons allowed.
Oh, I'm not a patron, darling.
Looks you up and down. They're expecting more.
Oh, I'm actually very good friends with Ambrosia. Been out of town for a while.
One of them looks at another, and as though they said something funny, the other one laughs out loud all of a sudden, as though they had passed something between them. You are aware that some kinds of vampires have telepathy.
Awesome.
The closest one to you is like, and did you need something?
I was actually looking for... She's one of my favorite dancers. I haven't seen her in a while, though. Sorry, I don't mean to intrude. I was just kind of hoping you could tell me when she was here next.
And who are you looking for? They're getting more and more suspicious that you're actually a friend of Ambrosia's and not just a stalker at this point, because that's the most sus thing that you can say.
Sure.
Having worked at a strip club before, no, this is not the interaction that you have.
However, being outed as a stalker is going to be more or less problematic than being outed as an information broker.
Either way, you're not walking away with kneecaps. Anyways, what do you say?
I am. Sorry, I'm just looking at something first.
Just remember, you don't need to know the dimensions of the room to say I cast fireball.
I don't have fireball.
That's your loss.
Not that kind of game.
I was this close to taking it.
Nice. Okay.
She's looking you up and down.
Melody. Very, very beautiful girl. She been at work lately?
I can't say that she has been.
Oh.
I believe she quit.
Oh, that's such a shame. Really would love to have a dance by her.
I'm sure.
Do you know where she's working now?
I'm not entirely sure.
She's a charm person.
All right. Go ahead, throw it into the chat.
It is in chat. Oh, it's a low DC save. Oh, well.
Boop.
We're
What's
gonna
your DC?
find out. Well, it says spell DC save is 12.
12. All right.
Mine.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
my DC. Why is yours that low?
Why is
I don't
yours that
know.
low? Let me double check that for a second.
In my thing, it says 15 on there.
So it would be 15.
Okay.
That charm person might have defaulted from something else. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, 15 is a much more sensible thing for a bard of your skill. Let me double check because this is a charm ability that you're trying to use on a vampire.
It'll be great. I know all
We're gonna
my
find
That
out.
players.
said, this
I'm
is
gonna
a
give them dead that are immune to all of the effects.
That said, this is a vampire thrall, which is a regular human that is juicing. That's a 10, so she fails.
Yes.
And her eyes kind of glaze over for just a touch, and one of the thralls in the back kind of shakes her head for a second, as though like shaking some fuzz away, because they were telepathically linked up, and he charmed one of them.
Ah.
And
Might not end well for me. We're about to find out.
Yep. And she says, "Sorry, what? What were we talking about?"
I was asking about Melody, dear.
Oh yeah, no, she's gone.
I heard she was good friends with, what was her name? Lila. Do you know when she worked?
Probably not for a couple of days. I walks over to a wall and like there's this big posted white calendar with a bunch of Sharpie all over it. It's like not 3-4 days. She was in last night, but they were friends, I think. Melody's gone now. Don't worry about her.
Who should I worry about then?
She kind of cocks her head out and
As in, like, who should
like looking
connect,
out
like-
into the room.
Mhm.
And it's like a couple of those the one dancing for Starla there. You see her eyes kind of go to slits for a second, like hyperdilate.
Mhm.
That fellow with the dark hair, and yeah, that woman over there at the main stage, I think, will be tonight's take. And she just like gives a self-satisfied nod.
They all do look very delicious, don't they? Thank you so much. And he's gonna
She looks at you really confused all of a sudden.
give her like a little peck on the cheek before, and a flirty smile to
Yep.
the others before. Heading back
Mind
out.
control. I like it. And she just like, huh, and goes back to like looting through her locker. So the
Okay.
the people that she called out and pinged, this fella at the one dance area, this dancer over here that's dancing for Starla right now, and
The one on the main stage.
it is actually somebody that had just walked over around into the bathroom.
Okay.
Mhm.
So one by one, I'll go to a maybe not a table where friends are. 'Cause who knows? I'll go up to like the main stage, and one by one, using message relay the 3 potential targets
All right.
for tonight.
I'm just gonna throw an aura on each of them, or a dot on each of them, so you guys have some clarity, because there are a lot of tokens on the map right now.
Perfect.
My God.
And there's tokens.
I forgot to look behind my character sheet.
Oh dear God.
Sometimes it's like that.
I mean, it's roll 20. Sometimes it be like that, but it do.
Mm,
That is the thing that
sometimes
happens.
it be like that, but it do indeed.
So, yeah, I just threw red dots on them to denote that they're probably gonna die.
Where's the
It's
third?
a token
No.
effort.
Gotcha.
The third walked away into the bathroom.
Oh, right, it's in the bathroom.
Yep.
Right, you did say that. Sorry.
So, with this information in hand, let's go to Lakita first.
All right.
Let's bring you back into this, geek.
Hi.
Hi.
I've been chilling. I've been good. I haven't done anything illegal
Yet.
yet.
Why not?
Well, I haven't
Have
been
you-
selling drugs. I mean, Lakita has, but not me. Oh dear God. I'm
There's certain buy-ins to the genre that you have to participate in.
Indeed.
Anywho.
With that information in hand, how does Lakita react? What do you do?
Well,
Did you ask how big the room was?
I cast, but no. You know what? We need to have eyes on these targets. We know that the one of them is not here, so Lakita's probably gonna find the one target that they can't. That's not there right now.
Mhm.
Keep an eye on them.
Went to the can.
All right, Lakita's heading to the can.
All right. Y'all are the most sus cosplayers in the high-end strip joint that anybody has ever seen.
If people
Ah,
do my
yes.
clinic, I dress like this constantly. This isn't an outfit. This is just who I am.
I thought this was a job interview.
Arian didn't know. He'd be like, you guys are sus.
Arian is specifically wearing different clothes from normal. It's a little nicer. Everything's pressed.
Yeah.
Lakita, after a moment, you see this woman step out. Just had a pee, coming back around. Has a little bit of a stumble.
We're gonna
I
need somebody to
have-
TikTok clip you just saying, just had a pee.
Just had a pee.
Had a pee.
Just had a pee.
I'm wondering
Excuse
if I
me.
have anything to like track her.
You have pockets full of drugs.
Yes, but we need to.
What have I done?
Just roofie her and throw her in a VIP room.
What the? What?
Symbol
No!
of justice, everyone.
Justice!
Justice has spoken.
Hold on a second. Let me look at your paladin oath for a moment here.
Yeah.
Vengeance, sir.
How about you look at that
It's-
for a second?
How much?
The oath says it's a-okay to drug people and put them in the back room.
The oath
Apparently.
says nothing
Fit
about
for
intrusive
vengeance.
thoughts not act on.
All right, it's canon now that Hexor is Ron Swanson. He just has a piece of paper that says, "I can do what I want.
I know more than you.
I know more than you." Thank you
Written
for
in
the follow,
goddamn
MTGS.
crayon.
You know
It's
what?
written in crayon.
Lakita's probably gonna look at
Gorgeous.
this woman and see her that she stumbled, and
Oh, she is intoxicated.
Okay, Lakita doesn't like people. So,
Yeah.
It just looks at them and like, you doing all right? You need something for the edge?
Yeah, I'm like, what are we talking about here? She kind of looks you up and down. I like your face. She's trying to look around the mask that is affixed to your face.
Lakita doesn't like people getting close to him with the mask.
She is close.
Pretty much gonna grab her by the throat.
Oh,
Whoa, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, just
you know
like,
what? Hold on, rolling for it. 1 sec.
oh god.
Roll for
With
kink.
disadvantage because she's poisoned.
Remember, she is poisoned.
She most
Legends of
certainly is.
Logomancy, sometimes a BDSM podcast.
Sometimes a BDSM podcast.
I just wanted to
Um,
push her
I was,
away.
I was gonna
She
opt
is
for like a rules lawyer
Immediately
bend on that
startled
one,
at
but-
your aggressive sexual attitude
Yeah,
and like
no,
grabs your wrist.
no, this is not sexual, guys.
You're
It just
at a
looks
Explain
high
it to
end.
her,
There
not
is-
to us.
Sure.
Stop
gonna say,
explaining to chat.
there is literally a butthole gyrating 3 feet from your face while you do this.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
so
All
glad
right.
it said it the way it did.
Lakita's just gonna look at me and be like, look, I don't want any of this. I don't want to deal with this. Okay, why
Do you
did
let
I
her go?
decide? Well, pretty much. Can I choke her to knock her out?
Can I knock her out?
And the Oath of Vengeance Paladin wins the argument.
Knock this bitch out, man.
As you start choking out another guest,
Another.
this is just a person that's here.
Yeah. I'm saving her life.
A fellow patron, he means. A fellow patron.
A fellow patron.
I am
Um,
saving her life.
Yeah, with a blaze of blurring speed, a hand grabs your hand
Oh, shit.
as one of the bouncers comes from the door. Grabs your
Dumbass.
forearm. And which hand did you grab her throat with?
I left.
Cool. So you feel these 2 bones in your forearm break as your hand goes this way now.
Are you weaker at the elbow or the wrist?
Yeah, kind of. This is an arm-based injury.
I was just trying to
This
save
thing with
people, man.
Herculean strength grabs you by the wrist, snaps your arm, and says, "You're out. Time to go." Doesn't ask for a statement or a rebuttal. Grabs you by the shoulder, and you feel part of the bone and the muscle there rupture as they put their hand into the muscle group and like grab you just they lace their fingers underneath your deltoid.
Okay,
Mhm.
no. Lakita's just gonna try to pull away and be like, look, I'm leaving. I got
Traps.
it. What?
Traps. In underneath the traps.
Oh.
And start
James is
walking
lost in
you
the
to
sauce
door.
of describing how fucked up your arm is.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that like just pretty much like pushes away and says, I got it, I'm leaving. She touched me, I didn't appreciate it.
The bouncer doesn't let you go and walks you out the door.
Alright.
Yep.
Fucking you're on
There's-
your own now.
It is. It feels like you're being pushed by a car.
Does Hexor see this from across the room?
I would say for where you're at, you got a big stage in the way. Roll perception.
Keeping an eye on my party members, that kind of thing. But
Yeah. Like there's some shit in the way, but yeah, roll perception. You
what the fuck
you
is going on
definitely
over there?
You definitely see
Commotion. But
Lakita being marched out, holding their arm like this, well, like this, as the bouncer sees them out.
I am definitely weighing my options, but nobody has yelled pineapple yet.
No. Once Lakita's out, I'll just say they set the bone because they don't really feel pain.
That is true.
So they're just gonna take the arm and just set it back. Like just
You are taken outside into the street and walked around the corner.
Oh no, where are we going?
There's a series of there's too many trash cans in this alley. Almost for dramatic effect, as they grab you by the musculature in your spine and hurl you into some trash cans for effect.
Yeah, really?
They did.
I bet you get that trash can sound effect that everybody's used since 1972.
Yeah, and that honest to
When a
goodness
cat
trash
goes
can
running
smell.
and screams.
Yeah.
He's just gonna get up.
We don't take kindly to patrons laying hands on patrons. You
Which
want to
seems
get
really odd
freaky,
for a
that costs
vampire.
extra. And he
There
turns
you
and
go.
walks back into the room.
He's just gonna reset their arm and just say, yeah, just grabs it and just yanks it just to push it back, the bones back into place. And yeah, I think I'm out, guys. I don't think I can do anything out here.
It is safe to say on this, be inconspicuous, don't blow your cover. Your cover, while might not have been blown, you're probably not contributing terribly.
I got info.
You got some info.
You know what? I'll probably just stay outside, like across the street in a dark alley, and see if I can actually spot any black vehicles that might be driving up.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception for me, and then
Cool.
we'll jump back into...
They're all black vehicles.
I was just about to say, isn't this like Night City? Like, they're
I'm
all
just looking
black
for the-
sedans and black Chevy vans.
I'm looking
and-
for a van that's pretty much just. Oh, sorry, my nose. It's like I have a really bad head cold.
it's all good.
Fine.
We understand. We just thought it hilarious that in the trope setting that you were looking specifically for everybody's car.
I'm just looking if there's a black van that would be pulling up to take people away.
Casing the exit plan for the States.
So, Geek, you're going to find you're on a different map than everybody else now.
Yes,
Sweet
I
Jesus.
am. It's a lovely map.
I forgot
It
you
is.
could do that.
You find
Oh, very
yourself
nice.
where your token is.
Yes.
And with a perception of 16, you absolutely do. As you take a little bit of time to yourself, and you're looking around, and the streetlights kind of buzz a little bit. Across the way, there's a building with all the glass shattered out of the front. This whole club is taking up a corner of a city block, and from where you're standing here, across the road, is two big, long black sedans, just parked.
Oh, I'm gonna slash some tires.
Ah, the intrusive thoughts
Stealthily.
win.
Well-
Stealthily when we
well-
get to that.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Inside the club, Hexor, Crow, Arian, you saw your companion reasonably escorted outside.
God damn it.
Goddamn vampires.
Bitch.
You
It's the vampires who are at fault, not our friend.
having
right?
cased the place, maybe not seeing exactly what happened. The way that they were handled, they were escorted out by the bouncer for breaking a rule, not rebel scum. Let's murder you in an alley. Like they weren't made. They were kicked
And they
the
haven't-
fuck out.
Rounded us up for summary execution yet. Yeah, our cover's not
Yeah.
blown yet.
Oh no, like Lakita, to be honest, was just playing their character. They don't like to be touched.
Yep. No,
Without
that's
consent.
totally fair.
Yeah.
I'm carefully extricating sparklers out of my samurai cup and attempting to. I'm really just talking with the bartender about how they make a profit off of what I paid for this drink when this gun is obviously loaded with not blanks.
Oh, we get the guns out of the trash cans out back, honey.
Oh, yeah, the catch and release program. Right, okay.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that.
Figuring out how to drink it without blasting a hole in your foot.
I mean, Yeah.
So, anyways, I started drinking a Mai Tai and started blasting.
I fired and I missed.
This is called a.
fired and I missed. And I fired
It's
again.
called a Baka
and I missed
Blast
again.
instead of a Baja Blast because it's just, instead of
Oh
Samurai
god,
Hell.
no! I'm not drinking Mountain Dew. That'll literally go right through me.
Yeah.
I draw the line at Mountain Dew.
Okay.
The dancers continue. Hexor, you are making quiet, pleasant conversation. The vampiric thrall in front of you seems reasonably disinterested but curious at the, like, she's people have prosthetics. Like, occasionally you see a dude with metal arms kicking around. You know, technology is weird, and
I'm literally chromed out. She's probably got an interest peaked here. Yeah.
she's like, how many serial ports do you have?
All of them, and they go downtown.
Com 1, Com 2, Com 4.
Com 6.
Oh my.
The only cereal port I need is my mouth, because that's where I put cereal.
Oh, that's good. That's like dad joke level bad, and I work in IT.
So
That's
good.
amazing. You can see James's soul exiting his body.
Good.
Good.
So
Let
so
the
I started
anger
blasting.
consume you.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking up the bartender in that level of any question she's asking, I'm honestly answering, but in that vague sense of even I don't know.
Yeah, they're taking the flare that you're pulling out of your drink, and they're like grabbing it with a white wet cloth and like throwing it into a trash can underneath. Like
The trash
you
can's
do.
just smoldering darkly.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's fine.
Cat dives out of it screaming.
Meow. So like, yeah, it's a little slow tonight. Might be. Kind of looks around and roll me persuasion or deception, because it doesn't feel like intimidation is your jam here. You're just being cordial at this point.
Yeah, 15 deception, just deflecting without specifically answering anything. Yeah. Giving off the vibe of aloof disinterest.
Seems like you tried to help out the dancer over there. I'll give you a piece of advice. You might want to get out of here. Like, and it kind of looks over your shoulder to where Ambrosia has now stood up and has left the bottle and one of the cups on the table and starts to stalk their way back behind the bar. And you see it looks like just for a moment there's a bit of a furrow of the brow, and then it's gone, like they wouldn't ever admit to not having just a perfect visage, a smiling face. And
Missed. I'm
miffed.
glad for your advice. I'm almost even thankful for it. But I was built for a purpose.
Suit yourself. And she, will there be anything else?
What do you have
gestures
that's
to you.
spicy?
All right, so there's this thing called a tapeworm, right?
Oh god. No.
And she starts getting out mayonnaise and tequila and other things.
Perfect. And Tabasco.
Yeah.
You can do it with
And-
Frank's, but it's better with Tabasco.
It's better with Tabasco. That carries on. Crow, what about you? You've had some
I'm-
time to take it all in, ruminate, and roll me a perception check, because you're sitting, you're
sure.
listening, you're watching. This is all information gathering.
10.
The music is echoing through that helmet, and you're picking up kind of the little haphazard conversation Hexor is having with one of the thralls.
Yeah.
Keeping their attention off the much more attentive members of the party.
They're you're not really picking anything up. You saw, just casually glancing over, it almost seemed like annoyance from Starla that something was being questioned. Somebody looked really tense for a moment. Ambrosia said a few things. You saw a vein pop out of Starla's forehead, like just for a hint of a moment. And then he said something reasonably cordial, give a bit of a flourish, and excused himself. You heard the thrall speak to Hexor about, like, here's a bit of free advice kind of deal. That's to your purview as well. You saw Ambrosia walk past you. They didn't look at you, despite having, like, they clocked you earlier. They didn't care.
Yeah.
Because Hexor is taking all the blame right now.
And Ambrosia walked behind the bar and around a corner.
Ooh, boosted treasure.
Thanks, Manders.
Thank you.
you.
We're going to say that Hexor
Gosh.
gets to keep the gun.
Brilliant.
Oh no.
I'll give you the statted out pistol.
Is it just a wand of magic missiles?
You know what? Sure.
Fuck
but
yeah!
But it's a gun.
But it's the gun.
Also,
This is gonna be good.
this is a 9th level.
9th level spell gun.
You joke, but GURPS campaigns, man. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh. There's honestly, I just sit there at that table for a while, just with the like, this was supposed to be quiet. This was supposed to be simple, even. But we've gotten minimal results, and one of us is kicked out. The cards are limited at this point on how we want to play this.
There'd be
I mean,
no help in
I
the
could-
fight anyways.
I could
Let's be
literally
honest.
just punch her in the head right now, launch myself across the bar, and we can see what happens.
No.
What?
Fleshing this out quick. Ken, it is a Smith & Wesson Model 13 357 Magnum revolver, because that was the standard military and police assigned firearm for the time period.
It's your classic movie gun.
Yep.
Are we talking the stupid oversized barrel or like the snub cop
Snub
barrel?
nose.
It fits in a drink better.
Quick question.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's telephone booths, right?
Most of them don't have glass, but some of them work.
All right, good to know.
I'll try to catch Arian's glance
Mm-hmm.
covertly.
Yep.
And I'll just kind of tap the table and then point to the skylight and then get up and leave my spot and head outside.
Hi, buddy.
Hexor, you see Crow stand up, walk past
Everybody
you.
hydrate.
Oh, why, thank you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks,
I'm out of
man.
liquid.
How
Don't be
dare
out of
you.
liquid. Fix
Get
that.
more liquid. Come on.
I already
I've got
chugged
my
2
paint
liters
water.
of water.
Yeah, do it. No, don't do it.
No,
Don't do
no.
it.
You dare.
I drank this whole goddamn thing on camera.
Nice.
Damn.
It was loud,
Aaron,
sorry.
you totally notice Crow coming out. You are a social butterfly and are head on a swiveling the room, as you are wont to do.
Once
You picked
I
up the sign.
outside,
Mhm.
I'll probably take that same turn that the bouncer did and head down that kind of alley where they tossed Lakita.
He has
Let
already
me-
fixed their bone.
Let me fix that for you.
You get to be on the same map as me.
Just follow the trail of like
Want to drown your
broken tropes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You are over here. The front entrance of it is just to the north of the building.
Okay. Once I
for
feel
ease.
like I am out of general eye shot,
Yep.
I will take a minute and conceal myself and be stealthy about it, and get up on the roof of the building
Mhm.
and set up hidden up near the hole in the ceiling.
All right.
And keep an eye on everything from up, as well as like keeping a head on the swivel for outside and any like movement into or out of the building.
I like it. I'm just gonna draw a quick, rough, like blurg. Like that's
didn't
your
even-
You
that's
don't
your
even
skylight.
say
You will
hi
lay
to
a
me.
map.
You're just like, all right, hi, bye.
Adventuring is thirsty business.
That's
Yeah,
over.
as I walk
is
past
still
you,
yelling at us
Lakita,
to
I
hydrate.
like make eye contact with you.
He just shakes their head like they tried to touch my mask.
Fair. Up the wall.
Up the wall. Whoop, 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 whoop. Having played a Dampier rogue, I am all about this life. This is my favorite
High ground
of
is
things.
the best ground, sir.
Hi, mood.
Yeah, you situate yourself on the roof. The skylight is, it's not quite like, it's not really a dome so much as it's a circular chunk of glass that's risen up just a little bit,
Yeah.
more for weather protection and all that jazz. Looking down, it's kind of hard to see through.
Okay.
Even with your talents, it's just kind of a cruddy looking rooftop glass.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If it looks like the glass is not going to be my friend in this situation, I'll focus on watching entrances, exits, who's coming in, who's going out.
You can see like people moving, but small fine details, like you're not reading lips, you're not like picking up small details like written details or like somebody passing somebody something else. Like that's a little beyond what you can make out.
For sure.
But you absolutely see Hexor like sitting at the bar.
Eyes
You
literally
see-
stick out.
Yep. You see Arian's like spiky ass hair at the main stripper
Wow, that's
stage.
spiky.
It's totally
Oh,
Coiffed.
elegantly coiffed, sir.
Oh,
Fountains
wonder.
of
Get it
amorphous
right.
hair. It's a divine mullet, and it should be.
okay.
Not a mullet.
I'm
It's
sorry.
probably a mullet.
I'm just
It's curly.
I'm
and it goes
just
back. Right?
saying that the image
It's
that
like
you
poopy.
provided me
Oh, look at
It's
pompadour.
that one, yes, but
is
I like
is
that. That's the best I could find. Okay.
Yeah. reasonably
It's hard.
spiky. So
Hard
that's
to
it.
Find an air genasi.
Yeah, well,
Lakita, Crow walked past you and was like, "Cool story, bro," and then climbed the building like a fucking
finger guns and
Zoidberg.
yeeted themselves into the dark.
you know what? I've known Crow for years, so I'm like, that's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say Zoidberg,
Lakito
but
actually wants to get close to those vehicles that they pinned out and investigate them, trying to figure out like if there's any information like that they can gather that where they've been, where they're coming from.
okay.
Slash their tires.
Probably not.
Crow, you set up in your crow's nest, so to speak. Lakita, you want to go and investigate those vehicles.
That is correct, good sir.
So I will get you to roll me a stealth check quick.
Oh god.
I immediately regret this decision.
That's a 10 in heavy armor.
Yep. I forgot I'm wearing heavy armor, so that's why I was like,
I forgot
shoot,
you're wearing heavy armor too.
Damn it.
It's a hell of a trench coat.
I'm squishy, okay? We needed something.
You're not wearing heavy armor.
I
Oh,
know.
it's not heavy armor. It's just because of the half plate. That's why.
Oh.
It's the disadvantage for that. Okay, that's fine. You Chunk, 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 chunk. You walk like somebody who's wearing shit kicker boots and a trench coat full of drugs and a gas mask. You're not subtle.
I'm
You're-
not. I'm
you're-
not
you're
meant
not.
for this, guys. I'm supposed to be at home in my lab. Why was I picked?
Looting bodies and transporting drugs in various cavities. We know.
Bro, let me set the scene for you. As you stare down into the streets,
Oh god.
as you see Lakita stop at the crosswalk and hit a button several times that you are confident does not work. And they wait. And they think about jaywalking. And then they just do it because there's no stoplights or anything.
Fuck it.
And they come over and they're just looking inside some cars. Like trying door handles and
Jesus
shit.
Christ. To be honest, I have
Like the-
really good investigation. I was hoping to look at the tire treads and see if I can understand the material that was there.
Okay. Roll me investigation, please.
So that was my whole thing.
You are not
I'm not doing the best
not-
today, guys.
not subtle in your
It's fine.
approach.
You're on drugs.
The information you
nice.
gather is useful, it seems, but the approach to getting there is bad.
Yeah.
You look down, and it looks like there's asphalt and slight bits of rocks in the tires. It doesn't look like they've peeled away or anything like that. Nobody's doing donuts and burnouts. It looks like a car that drives on a road.
Cool. Fantastic.
With your investigation check, all of the doors are locked.
Okay.
It seems like you could fit 5 people in the back seat of each of these. And then 2 in the front. And there's 2 of them. There's no license plate.
I
on
thought
either
you were
of them.
like there was 2 people in the front. I'm like, oh fuck.
Just watching you.
Walking up to the car,
I'm
staring in the glass
They
windows.
just roll down the
Fuck.
tinted windows like,
Like, what the
Making
fuck?
eye contact fully.
Oh, God, that's what I thought you meant, and I'm like he's about to get his ass handed to them in the first session, guys.
Oh Lord, I thought I was gonna be the one to cause this kind of shit.
that said, go ahead.
Lakita is not meant for outside people.
It's your investigation check was not a failure. It's just that you're looking at a car on the street and being like, where has it driven? And it looks like it's driven on a road, right? Like there's no like traces of subtle red clay that leads you to that specific quarry over there that they dispose the bodies of in or anything like that. It's just not present.
Cool. Yeah, I guess Lakita's just gonna be like, I don't know why I'm even here. And just goes over and just like sits down at a bench, just looking like, not even sit down on the bench, just goes into an alley and just watches the freaking cars.
I was
'cause
gonna say
that's
there's a bench over here across the road.
You know
from-
what? Yeah, Lakita's gonna go there and just sit on the bench and watch the cars. What else are they gonna do? They're just.
You just look like a weird dude in a trench coat and flak pants, and a gas mask, sitting on a bench by yourself in the middle of the night. Seems legit. I like it. This city has
Weird
seen
things
so
have
much
happened.
worse.
Yeah,
So much
I'm
worse.
laying on the roof, just like watching them, and like you can watch the like half contemplation of like, do I just save our image and put them down? I just, like this
Lakita's-
is
Just snipe us from
hoping it, to
above.
be honest. Just like
this
Lakita's
is
just like,
embarrassing.
I just
End it
this
quickly.
want to go home.
We're the
Just-
resistance. We're the last
It'd be-
light of hope in this dark.
It'd be a
dejected
mercy at this
city.
point.
Just, I want to go back to my lab. Why am I out with the people?
Also, I realized that Lakita doesn't feel pain so much, but you did have your arm broken.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
ask how much damage I got.
That's going to be 14 points of damage.
Thanks, guys,
Okay,
went big.
Ma'am,
thank you.
this is a Wendy's, and that's 4x4.
Yeah, it was a crit.
Ah,
2d4 plus some stuff normally. It's fine.
You hate me.
No, I don't.
What
He likes-
did Lakita do to fuck up so badly in your books?
You touched the dancer.
Above board, you touched another customer.
That's true.
Above board, I spent a while bouncing in a strip club, and one of the things that you don't tolerate with extreme prejudice is any shenanigans. Shenanigans are the terms.
You know what? I appreciate it. I'm just pulling your leg. I'm really
fine.
enjoying.
I get
I'm
it.
really
These
enjoying
vampires
this. I'm
are
just
so above board, they
Look,
hire
he's just
only
like-
the most morally relativistic guards.
Bouncers are, in this case, the one that saw you out didn't eat you in an alley,
That's true.
and instead did their job.
Yeah, Lakita's just. You know what? Lakita should not be out of their labs. They don't even know why they're here.
There's that. You're gonna have a plethora of time if there's something that you want to do about any of that damage. Being a, medic,
No,
being a
I still.
doctor.
I know, but at the same time, do I want to risk it for the biscuit, or do I want to save it just in case one of our other guys get really fucked up?
Do what you need to do. I'm gonna jump back inside quick. Arian, you were signaled earlier by Crow, headed out. You saw Ambrosia walk away, not in a huff, but it's a look that you've seen on his face before.
Okay. Probably annoyed, but hiding
He's annoyed.
it.
For where you're sitting, you could also roll a perception check. You're about equidistance from where Crow was sitting. I'll give you a chance to.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, the loud booming music and a butthole 3 inches from your face. Sorry, 3 feet from your face, not 3 inches.
3
I apologize.
inches!
No.
How close are they getting, man?
This is one of those clubs where the camera is locked on your face and then it pans slightly to the side and there's just this gyrating ass floating right here. And you're doing your best to ignore it.
It's the Among Us throwing it back gif.
Yeah,
That is hilarious.
it's just a plethora of pink eye in here. Anyways,
Oh god.
Oh, boy.
Conjunctivitis for everyone.
God.
Is that a full 5 points of lay on hands for me, or would that be like 1?
Yeah, probably 5. Yeah. Look, it's bad. It's a disease worth healing. Arian, yeah, you're here. You kind of feel like you're in your element, but it doesn't feel productive at this point.
No, especially
What do you
seeing Lakita get thrown out. It's like, oh gosh. I think he'd flag a waitress to get another drink, and then move over here,
All right.
kind of next to the one of the other potential targets.
Gotcha. Yep. Drink is brought, dollar bills are exchanged, and you saddle up between. There's a fella. He does not smell very good. And you look
Makes
down,
sense.
and his shoes are kind of worn through, and he's got a a bunch of crumpled dollar bills in front of him. And he's got a single cup that is full of ice at this point, like he's contemplating being able to buy another.
I guess that's just if they attack.
It's worth noting that you all paid a cover charge to get in here as well. And it was not cheap.
Oh, no, it would not be.
We're talking like you paid $50 to get into the strip joint.
In a den of iniquity, what cost couldn't be paid to perhaps pursue justice?
There is that.
Also, this Mai Tai was like double digits. What the fuck?
Yeah. But you get to keep the helmet
You
and the
got
gun.
a whole gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you go to McDonald's and get your gun. If you don't have a thing,
Love the Happy
I
Meals.
feel like I have a thing. It depends on how subtle I can be about it, and I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
obviously get up and pay my tab and head out. I'm going to count on you noticing that, as opposed to me being subtle to you in any capacity. But on my way out the front door, I'm going to shoot finger guns back at pretty much the whole bar, if anybody's paying attention. And I'm just going to hunter's mark one of the targets and leave. And concentrate on that for the next hour, so I know exactly where he is.
So
That-
we
wow.
we talked about magic being overt voodoo shenanigans.
Exactly, yeah.
What
So,
does yours look like when you do this? Because it's going to be visible in some regard.
Yeah, exactly. And I am not going to admit to being the most subtle of individuals, but
You subtle? No.
exactly. When it comes down to it, Hexor he's the definition of a light shining in the darkest places, and in a dark place such as this city, this rotten, dark place, he stands out no matter what he does, as a beacon, just like his father always told him. Dr. Lumos.
Mega
But
Man,
otherwise-
light up the night, Mega
Rich.
Man.
And here I thought I was being subtle about it, but it's flashy, and I'm going to play it on. I have not tagged any of the skills that would help me in this, other than maybe sleight of hand, and even that I'm at penalties. What do you think? I'm obviously flashing a bit of neon while I'm doing this, and dropping finger guns as I go. There's going to be an obvious effect that tags him at least.
So
I'm at your mercy here.
out of context, all I see is Ken flowing finger guns and neon like showing some ankle off to the internet. That's your flashing neon. I feel like
Better, don't do it.
Those heelless
Nah.
shoes. How dare you?
She has socks on. It's okay.
Feet are extra. You can find them on
Ankles.
my somewhere.
On Logomancy's OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. There you go.
Logomancy.onlyfans.com.
you all jest, but that exists.
We know. That's
I
why
know
we
it
said
We
exists.
it.
do. That's why we said it.
The only reason we ever bring it up. We're just waiting for the contract signing.
Well, it's just for April. It's just for April Fools, so I can have a baby back rib stream in a hot
But
tub.
Valentine's Day is coming up.
Baby back rib stream in a hot tub. What do you think Wednesday's for?
That's actually so
I will
good.
all tip you off now. James doesn't own a hot tub, but he does own a children's kiddie pool and a garden hose.
We
And-
got it.
A slow cooker for baby back rib? No. Anyways, I'm gonna say that your armor vibrates, and off the front, a small button is pressed that says turbo beside it.
Turbo Man.
And you,
I
you
literally
turn
pull
on the
across
turbo
the
mode,
slot to hit the button.
and it whirls up, whirls up, whirls up, whirls up, and it's kind of high pitched for a minute, and then the fan kicks in,
And then there's the dial-up noise.
and it kind of catches it over the loudspeaker, and the person that had an interaction with Lakita goes ah, and like catches it in the ear for a second.
And I say, that's my cue. I'll be on my way out.
Of course,
Yeah.
we got the person who likes to be choked. Okay.
But I'll hunter's mark that guy. And I will know for at least
Lady.
the next hour.
Yep.
And I've done something useful, I feel.
Are you using a first level spell slot for Hunter's Mark or higher? The duration changes based on the spell slot.
I do not have access to a third or fourth level spell. So,
You have access to second level spells.
yeah. What?
You have 2 second level spell slots.
Yeah, and
5
third
for-
or fourth level spell slots will give me the 8-hour concentration.
Okay.
And first and second. Give me
Understood.
1.
Sounds good.
I googled this before. I didn't do it in Roll20 chat for once, but I checked this
That's
spell
fair.
out.
That's fair.
That's right, because you don't have higher level stuff like the with the min-maxins.
It's what happens when you multi-class. But
It does.
I'll know at least for the next hour whether or not he's shoved in the back of a van, and we can tail him. But
I like it.
exit the building.
As you make your exit, Arian, what about you?
Arian is gonna look at, I guess, the disheveled broke man beside him.
Mm-hmm.
And with an empathetic tone in his voice, turn to him and be like, "Perhaps you should come see me at the sharing tomorrow."
You think so?
Yes.
He's like he's counting his dollar bills.
As
What-
fine as a club as this is, I would suggest saving what you have for more important things.
Oh. Roll a persuasion check.
Okay, I was looking at my spell. Persuasion starts with a P. I almost hit performance. Ooh, that's a 5.
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
I'm out of hydration now too.
I don't know if all of that like lovey-dovey, huggy-feely shit is my thing. Look, I don't know what
I understand what you're saying.
he's got a bit of a slur to him.
It's not all hippie stuff. It's to help you with your with your health as well.
I saw the brochures and stuff, and like I understand, but I don't know, man. I'll think about it. And he just like kind of does that like half turn away from you to like, oh yeah, that's looking around at all the other patrons, and you rolled in Act1. Yeah, that's the thing. He doesn't give a shit.
I'm gonna turn him back.
But your
try and
crappy
get him mad.
AA cult.
Dude, we're 3 for 3 with Nat once tonight.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, like he didn't have to roll one. You just kind of did it yourself.
Look, you can certainly try all of these things. There are
Eventually, we'll
choices.
fail upwards. Eventually, James will feed us a bone.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Look,
if,
you have a plan so far.
if I'm able to, even though I'd like to turn his chair back and try and cast command on him.
So command is a single word
Yes.
that they will execute immediately. What are you trying to do here?
Trying to get him to leave.
Okay. Yeah, that's a thing. Now, this person is not the one that Hexor has Hunter's Mark on, thankfully.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, bear with me a moment.
I can send it to the dude. I believe it's the wisdom.
I am so sorry. He rolled a natural 19,
Oh,
which brings it to 19. And he turns and he slaps your hand away and he's like, look, I don't want to go to your touchy-feely group about huggy, kissy, dick sucking, okay? Leave me alone.
all right. I'm sorry.
Huggy, kissy, dick
Take your
sucking.
pamphlets, shove it up your ass. I'm trying to watch a lady put her butthole in my eye, okay?
Would you say a patron just laid hands on one of our party members?
True.
There's a bit of shouting going on here. This is
I'd
less
imagine
aggressive.
that ridiculously aggressive, door guard might not be happy about the ranting about dicks.
I mean, it's two people like having a loud conversation in a bar. He is not laying hands on Arian or like punching him in the dick. But he's like, look,
Yes.
fuck off. Leave me alone. And find your own strippers.
Sure.
Back off. Get your own sandwich.
No means no.
No means no.
Sir, in this vampire bar den of iniquity, we respect consent.
Absolutely. 100%. And he like gathers up his like 6 remaining dollars and he
Oh, he's not
puts
gonna get
one
far.
puts one up on the stage and like heads to the pisser.
Barbarian feels like he should go after, but after getting slapped, he's like, no. Fuck
Well,
him.
he didn't like smack you upside the face. He's just like, get off me, man. The bard has been denied.
I'm trying to fuck him this time.
This time. You know, there's been a whole lot more innuendo and a whole lot less fucking than I originally anticipated.
You started us off at a strip club.
High
There
class
have
strip
been
club.
more than one
Yeah.
reference of a butthole bouncing in someone's face.
That
True.
yes, 3 inches.
Inches, sir. Inches.
That's a big
Inches
3
of
inches you're holding
butthole.
up, Ken.
I mean, it's his own.
Anyways, Arian, you're the last one in here. What are you doing?
Fireball.
No, I don't think Ambrosia would take me back if I did that.
Burn this mother to the ground.
Do you want to go try and talk to Ambrosia? Do you want to meet your party outside? They have signaled you that they're stepping out.
Yeah. He is going to go to one of the thralls. Just because this would kind of be what he did before they had their huge fight. If he was at the strip club. Just turn to them and be like, be your dear and tell Ambrosia I'm leaving for the night and I'll see him later. And then leave.
Gives a nod, hands you your coat, and one of them behind the bar is like, "Good to see you again."
They're like a flirty, like smile and wave.
They're being cordial. It's hard to tell if they give a shit or not.
Yeah, no.
They know
I
you
don't
weren't
care.
trying to
I don't
suck
give
that
a
guy's
shit.
dick.
I don't
Nobody's
care if
dick is getting sucked in here
they-
tonight.
they give a shit. Keeping up appearances, right? So
Exactly. So, as
Ooh, new map.
as you step outside,
can't see.
give me half a sec.
James has to re-drop tokens and put eyes with checkboxes.
Well, I just have to put your token on the map here, and let me throw you up here. There we go.
Okay.
Womp.
Okay.
You
I
are
too
here.
would also enjoy eyes, sir.
I am grabbing you as we speak, sir.
Brilliant.
There you
I'm
go.
not able to see.
You walk out here, come around the corner. This is the alley that Lakita got dropped off in.
Does Lakita just look dejected and exhausted on a bench?
Yep, the Lakita is down to the south.
Yeah. I'm just still there.
Just having a
I
bad
will.
day.
Casually meander to Lakita.
Oh no, I don't need this.
You step across. There's a bunch of crosswalk lights that you notice immediately are like hewn off at the top and sparking
Yeah.
as though somebody ripped them apart with their bare hands.
This is the nice end of town, of course.
Yeah. And you boop the button and it goes boop, boop, boop. Does nothing.
Please wait.
Yeah, across the way you see a bunch of black sedans just sitting there. I'm here. Hello. I'm over here.
I too am waiting for the bus.
Hello,
in the rain.
unrelated person.
I've got a beat on one of the targets. Assuming it moves
You
in the
guys
next
are,
hour, we'll know
um,
where.
I love immediately going against the first thing that you were told by Captain Capello was that you
We
don't know each other
each
and
other.
not to group up.
We're
I
all
love
waiting
it.
for the bus. What do you want?
None of us have any communication spells or radios.
Oh.
And I'm not going to make the bard run relay for the whole group.
Oh,
That's
thank
fine.
you.
I also think it's amazingly cute that you think that there's a bus that runs in this town.
Oh, we didn't say there was actually a bus.
It's a cover story, sir.
I know.
The bus that does show up is, hijacked by one of the patrons, dispensing coke out of the windows and blasting Barry Manilow.
For your understanding of what you guys see around you, the building behind you has some smashed in windows. Looks like it might have been a grocery store or something at one point. The building across the street over here is all sealed up. Seems like some kind of an industrial building. And the one that's across the road from you over here also has some smashed in windows. Looks like it might have been apartments or something.
Classic urban decay.
Yep. And then this whole big building up here is the strip club. I've got just a big gray box on it, so it denotes that you're on the roof. Yep. Would you like to... Oh, go ahead.
Kira's gonna look at the other two and be like, no, go away.
Would you like to wait out your hunter's mark sitting here? Would you like to hide yourself in a place? Would you like to examine the cars? What do you all got going on? You're on
Can't
mute,
hear
Kemp.
ya.
Gonna violently enter the building next to the cars.
You're gonna
Okay.
violently enter?
Yeah, it's boarded up, so I'm just going to kick in some of those boards and climb in the dark hole and then stare out at the cars through the dark hole.
So to the south of you, you've got a big rolling door that looks like it, like a garage door.
So would you say that's athletics to open that up violently?
It would be, yep. If you're trying to get in for down here, there's a small side door over here that has a metal latch to it, like key in lock and then push pull mechanism, or lever pull mechanism. And then further down, there's another one of those doors, just heavy steel. Mute.
Sorry, again, push to talk. Remind me again how much my mace gives a shit about objects and hardness.
It's primarily for constructs.
Constructs, right,
I
yeah.
believe. But
It's not an
let me look at the
adamantine, it's a thing.
specifics.
It's a,
Yeah, it's not an adamantine doodad.
Very good. I'm going to take
Um,
the softest point of entry and force my way into the building and give myself a hiding spot.
All right. I'm going to say this roller door down here is probably your easiest bet. Just construction-wise.
Shittiest sightline, but yeah, I get it.
Yep. But once you're in the building, you're in the building. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check. 18. Good. Yeah, you're easily able to see where it's like bolted in at one side. There's a padlock on it, and you're like, no. Wham!
Yeah, you guys see me walk off down a dark alley, hear horrible grinding metal noises, and a self-satisfied grunt.
And a master lock falls to the ground, and you're like, do.
I will be right back.
Sounds good. The There we go. Yeah, you roll it up. You can see inside this building, I believe. Let me double check. No, you can't.
It's dark as hell in here, sir.
And you don't have any way of seeing in the dark.
I don't need to see in the building I'm in. I need to see out its windows if they have any.
You have entered into a dark room with no windows. At this point,
If you need me to, I'll cast the light cantrip, sir.
that is totally a viable thing that you can do.
My eyes glow, and a beam of neon exudes from my face, lighting the area.
I like it.
You RoboCop mother.
And it's less like digital scanning and more just straight up. My eyes are suddenly fucking just blank with fluorescent.
Yeah, you find yourself in. It looks like it might have been an auto shop at some point.
Hence the loading bay door. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's reasonably simple to look around, see what you're seeing. There's a busted ass window just off the side of this room. Not big enough to crawl through, but big enough to see out of. Anybody looking in is going to see a fucking Cylon looking out.
Well,
if
once
the light
I
spell
get to
worked.
once I get to the position where I can see out of, once I've navigated through the room. Yeah. It's cantrip. It goes up.
On the we'll say you're successfully hidden. I'm gonna throw your token just outside the building here, so I don't have to just go erasing.
There's a one-way window line.
I understand that. I didn't put it on the map, Ken.
So just redraw the box that you hid the whole building in.
No.
But whatever. I understand the
just put you
GM's
right
trouble
there.
of reinventing how they imagine getting in and out of buildings.
You're half buried in a wall. You're good. That said, Lakita, Arian, happy on a bench?
Uh,
And
So I'm
we'll get
having
to
a-
Crow, but I feel like you're good. Like
I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm watching.
you
I'm
have your
having
spell.
slightly a bloody
You
nose.
did like an
sorry.
hour ago, in and
Oh.
out of game.
It is all good.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
gonna wrap
sinus.
shortly here for you.
Would you
Yeah.
like healing? All I'm gonna ask.
In real life, yes. Right
Like a
now,
fucking
I'm
Halls up there.
fine.
Something menthol, just
Lakita's
Uh,
arm is bent at a slight angle where it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Like
I can
it's
set
it's
it.
set, but it's having a bad day.
just
Yeah.
significant bruising.
Lakita's just gonna be lying on the full bench, like just acting like they're mostly hurt, but to be honest, they feel no pain.
And you know what? That's a perfect incognito. Weirdo in a
Yeah.
trench coat laying on a bus bench? Absolutely.
So I'm like, I'll keep eyes here. Just
Arian?
He's over there. There's someone on the roof.
This is also banged up, and this is also banged up. Like, you could crawl through a big window, should you be inclined to do so. Or you could just hang out on the hood of the car and wait for somebody to approach you.
Yeah, I didn't
How
do a
does
deep check in with the
invisibility
party,
last?
but we're just
1 hour.
we're opting to like stake out these cars, knowing that dudes are going to be taken for the next drain or whatever the hell, and we're trying to chase them down in some level.
Yeah.
That was the gist.
In essence.
Okay, perfect. I did pick up the vibe then.
Yep.
I do not have a safe word. It will just be explosions that signal my intent.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go
Understood.
into. Oh, I didn't actually mean to go into
Alright.
the building. I'll be in the-
Conspicuously or inconspicuously hidden.
Yes.
And the trench coat bum sitting on a park bench.
hey, okay, it worked.
It works. It does the trick.
No bully the cleric. Cleric is not for bully.
No. Some time passes, and
Mhm.
Hexor goes stealth mode, and you see the dim of the red alarm clock in your face go down. It's totally just like a 1980s alarm clock with like zeros and ones. And after a little bit of time, you see several people exit the club. 3 of those thralls and the 2 spawn that Starla had sitting at her table with her, vampire spawn, are leading 3 individuals out. 2 patrons and a dancer.
Were they the 3 that were kind of marked earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're in a bad way physically, and that's likely why that other dancer was able to like tune in on like, yeah, that's weak pickings, like, you know, that's easy chicken right there.
I see someone drawing fireball lines.
It's not fireball, but it is line.
Why
Never
isn't
fireball.
It's fireball.
I have
I
to
don't
say,
have it.
scorching ray at least.
No,
No.
Should always be
Something
fireball.
else.
Bolt.
they're a bard of
Rary-
lying. They're
Rary's
a lie bard.
telepathic diarrhea. Whatever.
Liar.
Lying fireball.
Well,
How
that's how
rude.
bards work. You're an eloquence bard, or sorry,
Oh.
glamour bard.
Hmm,
That's the
right.
lying bard.
No, it's
You
the
are the
sexy
lie.
bard.
That
It's
too.
the look
Yeah.
at me, I'm amazing. There's literally an ability.
Whispers is the lying bard.
That too. All bards. Not all
Not all
bards.
bards. Not all bards.
Except for
Um,
Blade Bard. Blade Bard is the truthful bard.
They put a couple of them into these cars
Mhm.
and start taking off.
Yeah, as they're loading up the people, are they are they black windowless vans?
Yeah, like it's kind of that off brown tilt or tint that you saw in older vehicles, but they are
Right.
tinted.
So we see shadows behind the glass, but otherwise it's just those occupants.
Yeah, think old school limousines.
Gotcha. Town cars.
Okay.
That's basically what these are, is big town cars.
Yeah,
So
I'd say
as-
Crown Vic if this
as-
wasn't a Canadian stream.
As they're loading up,
Vista Cruisers.
I want to stealthily kind of move my way forward off the roof.
Yep.
Until I'm about 30 feet
Mhm.
from them.
Yep.
Well, you
So
got a
about
bush.
there, kind of crouched behind that bush.
Yep.
I can roll stealth if you would like.
I would. Vampires have very good senses.
Oh no.
Not a one.
That was
A
not a
fucking
one.
two.
Let me roll.
Oh my god, I was being facetious. It was a fucking two.
No, it was a fucking 2.
Oh god.
That's a 9, so you barely scrape by.
Phenomenal. And
She's
I'm gonna
humming
watch
her
the
theme song to
cars,
herself as she comes down.
and
This is-
I'm gonna hold.
This is an interesting bit of rules because their heads are on swivels and on the lookout, it's an active perception check.
Mhm.
If they were not actively looking like for shit, it would have been
passive
passive and you
perception.
would have failed
Yeah.
because their natural
They were distracted
inclinations-
by everything else on the street, like
Exactly.
that weirdo up the way on the bench and that
Yep.
strange neon light coming out of the building over there.
It's like
Uh,
who left a pinball machine running in that building over there? Why is it making
And-
ding ding sounds? I think
I'm gonna-
canonically Hexor is probably built half out of pinball machines and or arcade machines.
Absolutely, I am made out of leftover retrograde video games.
Battlestar
love that.
Galactica.
The
Side
Jaguar
scrollers,
version, yeah.
Dragon
Yeah.
Quest. So,
Dragon's Lair.
Neon, you
sorry,
blowing up those cars?
good on you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna blow them up, but I'm gonna hold to see what my companions do, and if nobody takes an actively violent action, then I will do something.
I'm waiting on your signal for my extremely violent action, so that's a fun one.
Hexor's
I don't-
intention was to tail them.
Yeah, that's my intent as
That's
well.
Lakita's too, but I don't know if Lakita could. Oh, sorry, my
Alright.
throat is gone.
Since
All good. We're gonna wrap here in a couple of minutes. Anyway.
All right.
since
Okay.
that is the general vibe that we have, once I get within that 30 feet, I take a deep breath kind of in, steady myself, and then slowly dissipate into smoke that
Mhm.
travels along the ground as I'll cast Misty Step to teleport to the undercarriage of the vehicle and hang
Oh
on to
my
the bottom of the
God.
car.
Yes.
Whoa, fuck.
I'll give it to you. There's going to be a consequence for doing so.
Holy shit, they
Um,
have tall cars.
in well, Crow is thin, super
Yeah,
lithe.
Crow's small.
right?
Super
Um,
lithe.
So, given the nature of the architecture of this place,
Mm-hmm.
under the car, no stealth checks required.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that something hits you, you get hurt, and you get run over.
Potholes.
Versus if you misty step to, say, holding on to the back of the car.
Or into the trunk.
Or into the trunk.
I mean, if
Would
if they're
require
vans,
stealth
would
checks.
they have trunks?
They have... well, they're kind of town cars.
Oh,
We'll say.
okay.
It's not like you need to breathe.
I don't know.
What the fuck kind of PCs did we make?
Fucked up
The
one.
I was
type
the
with
robot.
fangs.
I think 3 of you
type
don't need
with
to breathe,
fangs.
and 1 of you doesn't need to breathe for a couple hours.
It's part of the fun to find out which one is which.
Yes.
Then if that's the case, if there is going to be legitimate danger that I'm going to like hit a, jagged piece of concrete and
Yep.
die.
Stealthy advantage. Like, don't need to roll stealth, but we're gonna roll some percentiles to see if something befalls you.
Yeah.
Or not. You're not gonna see bad things hit you, but you'll have to roll stealth or you'll be made. So that's your choice on how Crow would want to do that.
I think.
It's a badass move, however you do it.
Yeah.
And it's probably gonna be the car in the back, because doing it on the car in the front would be...
I'm perfectly hidden from the people in the front car. The back car can see me perfectly
You got somebody
fine.
who's just like hanging onto your bumper.
Oh,
I, like,
good
wave
call,
at
good
them.
call.
No, yeah, I will hang on to the back end of that back car then.
With Hexor, you see this happen as
Yeah.
Crow
Badass.
just... I'll ask for 1 stealth check as you like get yourself into position and lay your hands in with your spider climb.
As the vehicle gets like
27.
5 pounds heavier.
27. Yeah,
Oh.
you're good.
Of all the fucking times for a good roll.
You see the black boots and leathers and motorcycle helmet and everything as she just kind of like lays
And you
herself
can
across the
spider
bumper
climb. You don't even have to
Yeah.
worry about hanging on. You're just stuck to it.
Yeah.
and bends at a weird angle that it's like spines shouldn't do bumpers.
Spines should not do that.
And yeah, you are
Fucking genius.
firmly affixed to this thing.
Yeah. And I'll look up and notice like the blinking lights of Hexor in the window and just raise a hand up
blinking.
to like the mouth. Just like
You get the silhouette of a
And
of
then
a
you pull
thumbs
away.
up in neon.
the Terminator thumbs up.
And with that, all of them start heading away.
Lakita's just like, we gotta follow.
Yep.
How do we follow?
As they exit and turn the corner or whatever, leave line of sight of us.
Yep.
I just fucking
How
jack
fast
myself out
are
of the
they
building.
going?
Whatever window's in front of me is not a window anymore.
Right now, like 20 or 30.
Oh, damn it. Okay,
Because
never
again,
mind.
the roads aren't great here. Everything's in disrepair. So they're just kind of like cruising.
I need to hijack a car immediately. You, citizen, stop!
You
I'm
gonna say
a 357.
you probably got like 45 minutes or so on your hunter's mark.
Oh my god,
Like
we
it-
need to chase them. This is the best.
We're gonna pick that up next week. And so 3 of you on foot, and Crow
Well,
ultimately knowing the destination.
on foot until I can hijack as a vehicle, yes. But
Well, we probably brought a car here.
Probably not.
Damn it.
It is
Damn, you can't give me that.
It is
smaller
a,
laws can be broken in the pursuit of a greater justice, don't worry. And I pull out a 357 and go stalking an old lady for her sedan. Like, come on, you gave me the gun. I was going to use it.
100%. And yes, it is 100%. I don't know if you've already added it to your character sheet, Ken.
James, I can't cross-book add a 357 to a D&D 5e book.
Hold on,
Can
I got you.
Jesus
gotcha.
Christ, it's
There you
fucking
go.
in there.
You have a wand of magic missiles
You-
on your thing now.
Crow is. We gotta get
Nice.
Crow.
Do I have time?
Crow's just like, peace, guys. Yeah.
yeah. See ya.
Do I have time to cast a minor illusion to make them stop? Cast a visibility and hop on the back of one of the cars.
Sorry,
Or in the trunk.
casting minor illusion.
Yeah.
To what? Sorry.
To make like the front vehicle stop so they don't hit something.
You think they
And then during the distraction,
you can
invisibly
Yeah.
climb on the vehicle.
Arian knows car wouldn't stop if it was a person. The car probably wouldn't stop if it was an animal.
Would it stop?
These
Nothing.
are. These
I
are
will sacrifice my
cruel
reputation as a vengeance paladin to get us a vehicle. Fear not,
What-
citizens.
The second part of that, though, you were thinking of casting.
Invisibility and hopping on the back.
You saw Crow like
Ignore that.
bamf out and come in.
Yeah.
I would say while that was happening, before they started taking off, if that's what Arian wants to do,
Yeah.
casting invisibility on yourself, and yeah, you would have had time to like kind of dash over. You don't have spider climb,
No.
That is the hardest part.
so you could like hold on to the back and to do your best. It would be a stealth check if you want to get onto that thing without being noticed, even invisible. It'd be an advantage, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
And then your two heavily armored compatriots can follow on foot.
I'm not fast, guys.
It's cool. I will get us a motorcycle.
It's gonna take. Oh, I'm gonna have to hug his waist. Just be like, oh dear God.
No, you're getting the sidecar treatment. You're getting goggles and a stupid helmet.
Hexor,
I
roll me
love that.
perception.
Oh, I guess I should roll that. Oh, 21.
21. You actually do a reasonably good job. There is no room on the back of the second car, but you can totally grab onto the first one.
I mean, you're
invisibly.
invisible.
For an hour, yeah.
You get your
For now,
your
yeah.
hands curled behind where the like lip of the trunk hatch is, and you're like, this is not a.
Thank God they can't see you.
This is not safe.
I've probably done stupider things, so.
You feel the road rash that you experienced last time. Hexor,
Yeah, I managed an 18 on that perception you requested there.
in that auto body shop,
Oh, perfect.
because-
Yeah, there's gotta be
Motorcycle.
something.
there's
Motorcycle.
absolutely an old like lowrider Harley motorbike.
Yeah.
That it's not ready to ride immediately right now, but a couple of minutes.
I'm going to say Bad to the Bone definitely starts playing as I kick out the front door and walk this Harley into the street and say, we need to find tools.
I like it. That's 100% what happens, and it just like
Oh, why am I
I
part
love
of
this.
this?
Well, because I've got the hunter's mark, so I can tail them without even seeing them.
Sure.
And you're in no state to drive, sir.
I don't even think Lukita has a license. Let's be honest.
oh, that said,
What a fucking note to leave this on. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hell
you
yeah.
rip off into the night, and the red from the taillight of a motorbike and the cars does the Akira thing and drags
Yeah, with
behind you.
With the drag light.
Yeah.
Oh, with the drag lights.
Hell yeah.
As you're gonna be ripping away, and we'll see what happens next week. So Geekbaker can go and get some sleep.
Yeah.
I'm
And
dying,
I'm gonna
guys.
quickly look up. You know what? We're gonna raid out to the Onyx Path tonight.
Yay!
Because they've raided out to us a handful of times. Oh, never mind. They just finished their game, so we're gonna go
Rude.
to. We'll do the Paladin Archive. Always
Nice.
good, folks.
Hell yeah.
Always
like,
good.
Like gaming with them. A good time. Thank you guys for stopping by. Really
I'll be better
appreciate all the
next
support.
stream, I swear.
You better be
Promise
better
nothing
for
and you'll
Wednesday.
deliver everything.
A couple of things before we go. We are sponsored by Eldritch Foundry, so if you find yourself in need
Yeah.
of custom miniatures, there's a link in our panels down below in the doobly-doo. We get a kickback for everybody that clicks that link and goes and orders the mini. They'll print it for you, or you can just get the STLs and stuff, and it works. I've got a handful of them. They do about the same as Hero Forge does, but they got more options for furries and larger boned characters, we'll say.
The weirder you are,
I
the
love
more
that.
they can suit you.
There is that. Beyond that, event-wise, not a whole lot coming up right now for in-person stuff. We're going to be running a couple of community events in the next month or so, just online stuff. So check out the Discord for that. We're going to be looking at Roll for Beer again here shortly, kicking that back on. Geek Baker's going to be sitting across from me, and we're going to drink some beers and have a good time.
You're good to see more of this lovely face.
Yeah, more of the lovely
More
face.
of that lovely face.
That said, thank you everybody for sticking around, even though you feel sick and or tired and or crappy. Wednesday, we are not having our regular Frontier Adventuring Company stream. We're going to be streaming some cozy games instead. I'm not big on Valentine's Day, and neither's my missus, so I'm going to hang out and play some cozy games, and we'll form a non-romancing commune in Stardew Valley.
I promise you all on next Monday, I will show you what I got my wife for Valentine's Day, and all of us will laugh, and some of us will shrug.
I like it.
I will say this:
Okay.
they did leave the Frontier Academy on a cliffhanger, and we're doing it again for another week. Hell yeah!
Woo!
Thank you,
Frontier
chat, for
flip.
sticking around. We're going to...
Thank you, Moon.
Let's see
We love
here.
you, Moon.
We love you, Moon.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Moon.
So much moon.
Thank you for keeping us hydrated.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Moon, if you want
menace.
to also stream Stardew with us, you are welcome to do so.
Moon is a great
Which one is
Stardew.
moon?
Moon.
Destined Moon in chat.
Oh, that moon. Okay.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
they're my best friend.
Aw.
We're going to raid out in 5, 4, 3, a 2, a 1.
See ya.
Good night, everybody.